Carlos Gomez, the speedy Gomez, will be in center field, and Nick Punto will bat ninth and play shortstop.
And here's the veteran Andy Pettitte on the season. 7 starts, 3-1, 4.0 ERA, 45 innings, 47 hits, 15 and 25 walks to strikeouts. And the G pitcher scouting report, he's an innings eater. Over his career, Andy has averaged 216 innings per year. Pretty good. He's a workhorse. M&M Melter. Obviously, the M&M brothers in the Minnesota lineup, that's the key matchup for tonight. And the same Andy.
First pitch of the game is in there for a strike to Span. The same Andy. The
same Andy. You know, Andy's average career is 17 and 10 and 3.89. You know, you kind of wonder if he's going to get close to that this year with this start he's had.
Next pitch is a little low, and it's a ball and a strike. Andy off to a 3-1 start this year. ERA at 4. There's Span. His numbers on the season: 284 with a home run, 18 runs batted in. Span is 0 for his last 10 and 1 for 11 in this series. Pettitte misses inside for a ball. There's Rod Gardenhire, the Minnesota Twins manager, trying to get Carlos Gomez on track, and the rest of his ball club. They have really struggled here in the Bronx for the last few years. Next pitch is slash foul, and the count will leave it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fans, IOTV offers you incredible HD picture and sound. HD is free with IOTV, the official HD service provider of Yankees baseball on Yes. Good overhead look. Pettitte winds and deals the 2-2 pitch. And a bouncing ball to the right side. To his left is Cano. Throws wide, but a good play by Teixeira that make the catch and then stay on the bag. And 1 down. Well, the game is off.
Well, we've seen Teixeira show some wingspan on some plays around first base, but this is a little different sort right there. And get a little dangerous Span with some athletic ability to jump over him. And Robbie a little flip and kind of carries it with him. And really nice play. Look at that stretch by Teixeira. He's very athletic and got great wingspan over there.
I was going to say the game is off with a bang. Andy Pettitte celebrating some good defense behind him. Here's Brendan Harris, who tonight is at second base. Takes the first pitch upstairs for ball 1. Brendan Harris, we saw him a few years ago with the Tampa Bay then Devil Rays, and was traded to Minnesota. Fouls this one down the right field line. On the run is Swisher. And no, it's a fair ball into the corner and up into the seats. It's going to be a ground rule double. And that ball was going to slice foul, but Harris has himself a 2-base hit, and he's aboard. Harris is from Queensbury, New York, which is just a little north of Glens Falls.
See, he's not real sure about it. He hesitates out of the box, and then all of a sudden, hey, that ball's going to get fair. Right inside the line, right up to the stands.
So the Twins have a runner at second with 1 out. They'll bring up Joe Mauer. Mauer, who missed most of spring training, went down to extended spring training to get himself ready, and he has been ready, hitting at .429 with 6 home runs and 16 runs batted in. And he takes the first pitch in there for a called strike. Mauer, just 26 years old, native of St. Paul, Minnesota, so he grew up rooting for the Twins. Line drive and on into center field for a base hit. Harris is being waved home. Here comes the throw from Melky Cabrera. It is cut off or knocked down by Teixeira. That'll allow Mauer to go to second base, and the Twins take a 1-0 lead. I thought there might have been a play at the plate.
Well, we've seen Mauer go consistently right back up the middle. This is a cutter. He's trying to get it away. Mauer cuts it off before he can get outside. And boy, it just seems like every at bat he's hitting bullets right back up the box. And you're right, Sandy. Here comes. It looks like you might have a play here. Melky's throws offline. Mauer's gone. Teixeira tries to cut it so he can get Mauer. Just doesn't work out. Teixeira can't quite get to the ball, but it did look like there would be a play at home right away.
Joe Mauer is now 5 for 13 in this series and has an 11-game hitting streak going. So he has been hot right from the start of the year. Justin Morneau, the cleanup hitter, takes a pitch in there for a called strike. Morneau himself has a hitting streak going. He's hitting 5 straight games. Man at second, one out. The Twins have taken a 1-0 lead. There's a pitch pop foul down the left field side. Coming over is Pena near the seats, but he's going to run out of room. And the count quickly goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Let's look at the game time weather conditions presented by Bigelow Tea. We mentioned it was kind of a cool night here at the stadium. And the temperature in the low 50s at 53 degrees. Humidity 42%. The wind at 12 miles per hour. In the forecast, chilly and cloudy. CC. He's pitching tomorrow night. Breaking ball. Good stop by Cervelli. No advance by the runner.
It's kind of a tough, obviously a tough weekend for Minnesota, losing 3 walk-off games, and you get an unusual wraparound Monday night game. You kind of sense they were looking to come out firing tonight. They're angry. They're a little upset obviously about what happened over the weekend, and they got a shot for come out smoking tonight, and they got 1 on the board already.
Another good stop by Cervelli. No advance by Morneau. The Twins, as I mentioned, have struggled somewhat here. The last few years are just 3-22 in New York in their last 25 ball games, and they've lost 9 consecutive series to the Yankees in the Bronx. Here's our umpire crew: the veteran John Hirschbeck behind home plate, Wally Bell at first, Marty Foster at second, and Mike Estabrook making the calls around at third. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Justin Morneau. Fouls one at the plate. Count holds at 2-2.
We talked about the matchup with Andy Pettitte, the veteran lefty, against the M&M boys, and Mauer got he wins round 1 with an RBI single up the middle, and now you see Morneau. They're trying to punch him in. They're trying to push him in and tie up his hands because he obviously loves to get extended and hit home runs. But there's no one-way pitch these guys sing. You got to go back and forth.
Andy with a cutter, misses outside. The count goes full at 3-2. Opponents have scored in the first inning in 3 straight games. First time that's happened to Andy Pettitte since 2003. And that's similar problems for Jabba Chamberlain, although Jabba seems to have halted that trend the last couple of starts. Hard shot up the middle in the center field for a base hit. Mauer's being waved home. He will score easily, and the Twins now lead 2-0. Well, you were talking about Andy Pettitte trying to shut down the 2 left-handed hitters in the heart of the Twins order. Mauer and Morneau, and both of them come up with RBI hits.
Well, you can see Cervelli setting up inside. He wants it over here. The ball ends up way over there. Well, that's tough. When you want to try to go and you bounce back and forth side to side, you don't get it in there. And both of these guys just drive the ball right back up the middle. They wait. They're very patient. Very quick strokes. Maybe 2 of the toughest lefties back-to-back in the major leagues.
Here is the number 5 hitter, Joe Creedy, the third baseman. And he's taken all the way, and he takes a strike. Creedy's been bothered by back problems the last few years, not only here with Minnesota, but with the Chicago White Sox, his original ball club in the major leagues. 232 for Creedy, 5 homers, 15 runs batted in. He's got Morneau at first with 1 out. Pitch is low for a ball, and it's 1-1. First 3 games of this series, the Twins struggled with runners in scoring position. They were just 1 for 25. Today they are 2 for 2. So the Yankee pitching has been shutting down the Twins in key situations, at least through the first 3 games. Another pitch down low. Good stop by Cervelli once again.
I thought Creedy was a great sign, a pickup for Minnesota in the offseason. He's got a great reputation around the league, solid years with the White Sox. The only question, obviously, is his health and his back. But he's a perfect fit for this lineup. If they can keep him healthy and get him going.
Well, he provides some right-handed power with the 2 lefties in front of him. His ball is popped up to the right side. Backpedaling is Mark Teixeira, the first baseman. He's called off by Robinson Cano, who makes the catch in foul territory for out number 2. Let's check out the Yankees on defense. In the outfield from left to right, it's going to be Damon, Cabrera, and Swisher. In the infield, Pena, Jeter, Cano, and Teixeira. Cervelli doing the catching. 13th start at third base for Ramiro Pena, who's been all around the infield of late. And that'll bring up another solid left-handed hitter, Jason Kubel. And he too has a hitting streak going. He's hit in 6 straight games. And 20 of his last 27. The first pitch is in there for a call strike. Kubel's had 5 hits and 13 trips in this series. Twins could throw some left-handed hitters at you. And there's his overall numbers on the year. Ball is hit in the air to left field and hit fairly well. Johnny Damon going back to the warning track, turns and makes the catch. And that's the final out for the Twins here in the first inning against Andy Bennett. But they pick up a couple of runs on 3 hits and leave a runner. At the end of a half an inning, it's the Twins 2 and the Yankees coming to bat. The Yankees presented by BMW. At the very top is the captain, Derek Jeter. Johnny Damon batting second. .305 career hitter against the Twins with 9 home runs in 115 ball games. Mark Teixeira will be at first base. A-Rod. Alex Rodriguez will be the DH tonight. Nick Swisher in right field. Robinson Cano at second. Melky Cabrera in center. Ramiro Pena will be at third base and batting ninth. Francisco Cervelli. He's doing the catching.
Here's a look at Glenn Perkins on the season. 7 starts, 1-2, 4.27 ERA, 46.1, 43 hits, 12 walks, and 26 strikeouts. And the G Pitcher Scouting Report, homegrown product, homegrown battery. Both guys are from St. Paul, Minnesota. Local products, University of Minnesota #1 draft. He was 12-4 last year in 08, and no messing around. This guy, he doesn't throw a lot of pitches per inning. 14.3, which is the 3rd lowest in the major leagues.
Kind of tells you he throws a lot of strikes. In his first pitch of the ball game, Derek Jeter is in there for a call strike. We mentioned Johnny Damon, a career .300 hitter against the Minnesota Twins. The same applies for Derek Jeter. .321 in his career against Minnesota. Next pitch, and there's a call strike, and it's 0-2. In fact, several of the Yankees have hit very well against the Twins in their career. The first 4 hitters are all .300 career hitters against Minnesota. That's in the dirt, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Perkins, as you mentioned, not only from St. Paul, Minnesota, he's out of the University of Minnesota. 2004, he was a Big Ten Pitcher of the Year. And then he was drafted by the Minnesota Twins, #1 draft pick, and they gave him a lot of money to stay home. 26 years old. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Jeter hits a bouncing ball towards the hole and on into left field for a base hit. So a leadoff single for the Yankee captain. And he's on.
What you're going to see a lot from Perkins is fastballs in and soft stuff away, and Jeter gets this one. It's a pretty decent pitch right there on the inside corner as you go right down. And Jeter turns on it, quick to the ball, finds the hole, and this ball got a little top spin on it. It hits the lip right there on the grass and just gives it a little extra shoot right through the infield. See, that pitch is on the inside corner.
You see him drop that right elbow near the hip and bring the bat through now. Yesterday's hero at the plate, Johnny Damon. He provided the latest of the walk-off hits for the Yankees, a home run to win the ball game. And Johnny steps in with a .324 average, 10 home runs. That leads the team, 27 runs batted in. And that was his third career walk-off home run yesterday. And he's also been hot. 10 for his last 26. Swings and misses, and it's a ball and a strike on David. Perkins 1-2 in his career against the Yankees in 3 starts. All 3 of those starts came last season. He lost to the Yankees in Minnesota on May 30th. He lost to the Yankees at Yankee Stadium on July 23rd, and then he beat the Yankees on August 11th in Minnesota. That's his career record against the Yankees. Damon takes, and that misses. 2 balls and a strike. It appeared that Perkins thought that was a good pitch.
John Hirschbeck, the home plate umpire, is not a guy you want to stare in and try to, get on his bad side. He's a veteran guy, more of a pitcher's umpire in his career.
You're speaking from experience, aren't you?
Speaking from experience. You don't want to get on his bad side.
Damon hits a line drive. This is going into right field for a base hit. Jeter's going to have to hold at second. Damon hit the ball that hard as Kadire gets it back in. So the Yankees start off quickly. Single by Jeter, followed by a single by Johnny Damon. And it's 2 on and nobody out for the Yankees here in their half of the first inning.
Well, for his career, Perkins has actually been hit against lefties a little more than righties. You see Johnny Damon down right almost in the wheelhouse, maybe outer third, drops the head on it. Solid base hit in the hole. But in his career, lefties are batting .323 off of Perkins. You see Johnny Damon's going to add to that stat. Just stays on it, then top hand comes off the bat. It's a classic Damon swing.
Here is Mark Teixeira, the switch hitting first baseman, takes a pitch outside for ball 1.
Right-handed batters are hitting .267 off of Perkins in his career, as you see Teixeira's numbers there.
There's a balk. Yep, I thought I saw it myself. Second base umpire Marty Foster called it right away. It looked like Perkins was going to turn and come set and then halted. So the Yankee runners will move up. Jeter goes to third. Damon moves to second. Whoop, there it is.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes. Did you have any balks called on you?
I had a few false starts like that.
Pitch to Teixeira is driven deep to left field. Going back is Span. He looks up. This one is gone. A 3-run home run for Mark Teixeira, and the Yankees have taken the lead. It's 3-2. Starting to heat up. Home run number 9 on the season.
Teixeira gets a 1-0 changeup down and out over the plate. Stays on it. 81 miles an hour, and he just did not get out in front. Just drills it in the left field seats. That's a great sign. We're seeing Teixeira out in front of a lot of off-speed stuff. You take a changeup like that and drill it. That's a good sign.
Here's Alex Rodriguez, who takes a pitch, and did he hold up? Yes, he did.
Well, this is supposed to be down and away, and you see it just sits right there. And boy, he just is long through the zone, Kenny. Look at him, even though he probably just a hair out in front of it, but he just stays on it, and level through the zone and drills it.
A-Rod take it all the way, and that pitch is in there for a strike. Now, lately, with Alex Rodriguez back in the lineup, Mark Teixeira has started to heat up. His average has gone from just over 200 to near 240. That pitch is in there for a strike. 1-2 to count on Alex Rodriguez. Teixeira came in to that at bat, a .361 career hitter against Minnesota. A-Rod taken, and the count is 2-2. Now for Perkins, that's an oddity. In 18 previous innings against the Yankees, he had not allowed a home run. This one by Teixeira erases a 2-0 Twins lead. The first 3 hitters have hit the ball hard. Pitches in the dirt. The cap has gone full of Alex Rodriguez.
You know, with Teixeira, it's not just the fact that A-Rod's back and lengthening the lineup and obviously getting better pitches to hit. I think it's the fact that they know each other. They were teammates in Texas. They like each other. They really pull for each other. Teixeira is still a new teammate on the Yankees, and it's nice to have a friend around too.
Pitches drilled deep to left field. Span going back again. This one is gone. back-to-back home runs by Teixeira, and now Alex Rodriguez, and it's 4-2 Yankees. Those guys are fired up. Just like the Yankee offense so far. For A-Rod, his 4th home run of the season.
Wow, it's got that sound, no doubt. The only question was, is it going to hit off the wall? Is it high enough? It's plenty high enough. It's just a bullet. You could sense, ever since A-Rod's come back, how much his teammates are trying to rally around him and pull for him. They need him. They want him to do well. Obviously been through a lot of drama off the field.
Here's the Coors Light freeze cam.
And here's that swing. Boy, that's a nice swing. Right down thigh high. I mean, those are the ones you can just go boom.
3rd straight game for Alex Rodriguez with a home run. And here's Nick Swisher. Nobody out for the Yankees. You see Tony say, welcome back. 557 gaining on Reggie Jackson. Just 6 away from Reggie. That pitch to Swisher is down low for a ball. Rick Anderson, the pitching coach, had gone out to talk to Perkins, trying to maybe calm him down. 5th time this year the Yankees have gone back-to-back in the home run department. Ball is inside. 2 balls and no strikes on Nick Swisher. Yankees have now hit 58 home runs in 38 games. This ball is hit well to left field. Span going back once again near the wall and makes the catch. Didn't quite have that sound. Sounded like it got in on him just a bit, or else he would have been 3 in a row.
Well, if you're on the mound right now, you hold your breath. And you're right, Sing. A little bit in, kind of tied him up. But he's hoping. It's been a rough stretch for Swisher after a hot start. You can see he's loose, but he needs to get some production going for his own sanity.
And he's got 22 runs batted in, 21 of them on the road. He's only got 1 run batted in at Yankee Stadium this year. Here's Robinson Cano. Got a day off yesterday. Takes a pitch inside for a ball. I asked manager Joe Girardi, was there anything wrong with Robinson? I was watching the game at home yesterday. He said no. He had played every inning of every game up to that point, so they gave him a day off. He's back in the lineup tonight. Cano was also old for his last 9. Maybe that had something to do with it. Give him a little bit of a rest. 1 ball and 1 strike on the Yankees second baseman. Cano, like several of the Yankees, a .300 career hitter against Minnesota, .315. Ball is hit down the left field line. This is twisting foul and out of play. Ball and 2 strikes.
We talked about Perkins being so efficient with his pitches per inning. He came into this game averaging 14.2 as we saw, and he's got 22 right now. He had almost 20. He didn't have an out. Now he's got 1 out. Certainly well over his average per inning in terms of number of pitches.
The problem is he's not getting some of those pitches back.
And some souvenirs out there.
The Yankees have turned on the power here in the 1st inning. Jeter with a leadoff single. Damon single. Teixeira with a 3-run homer. And Alex Rodriguez with a homer. Cano with a looper down the left field line. And this is going to be a fair ball. And the ball hops into the seats. And Robinson Cano will break an 0 for 9. He's 1 for 1 tonight with a double.
Well, if you're on the mound singing, this is when you're starting to feel like this is a Murphy's Law inning. As you see, it's a pretty good pitch. It's up. It's not a strike. Robbie kind of brings his hands in, and you see his reaction off the bat. He's not sure where it's going. Oh, wait, that's fair. Just inside the line. Another one bouncing right up into the stands. You got an easy double.
For Cano, his 10th double of the season. He's in scoring position for Melky Cabrera, the number 7 hitter. Switch hitter batting right-handed against Glenn Perkins. And taken all the way, and it's in there for a called strike. Melky's done the majority of his hitting from the left-hand side of the plate this year. 329 left-handed, 250 right-handed. But he too, look at that. Look at those numbers. 317 against Minnesota. That's outside. It's a ball and a strike.
You know, one of the things about Perkins is yeah, we talked about he's efficient. He throws a lot of strikes. He gives up hits too. Last year he gave up 183 hits in 151 innings, although he did go 12-4 in 26 starts.
Line drive over second and on into right center field for a base hit. Cano rounding third. He's coming in to score, and the Yankees have now increased the lead to 5-2. Melky Cabrera with an RBI single.
Well, when you know a guy's throwing strikes, you're ready to swing the bats, and the Yankees are. As you see this again, you know, even though it's up, it's belled high, it is on the outside corner. Melky's got to reach for it. You can see him covering that outside corner. Doesn't try to pull it. A little bit off the end of the bat, but gets just enough of it to get it over a leaping second baseman.
Looked like Brendan Harris might have put some leather on it, but he couldn't come up with it. And here's Muriel Pena, another switch hitter, batting in the 8th spot. We'll check on Melky Cabrera at first. Perkins has struggled in his last few starts. It's R.A. Dickey, a knuckleballer, warming up in the Twins bullpen. In Perkins' first 4 starts of the year, he gave up no home runs. In his last 4 starts, he's given up 6, including the ones today. Oh, big swing, and he fouled it back. Pena at 264. Utility infielder playing third base tonight as Alex Rodriguez gets a half a night off as a designated hitter. Pena's been hitting the ball pretty well lately. 4-game hitting streak, 4 for his last 12. There's Brett Gardner talking with Mark Teixeira. Gardner has a sore shoulder, but it's not his throwing shoulder from that play yesterday at home plate when he attempted to score. Then Joe Mauer, the Twins catcher, made an outstanding play. One of the best plays you'll ever see a catcher make. And then tag out Gardner at the plate.
I talked to Joe Girardi, the manager, before the game, and he said he had no problem with that. They want Gardner to be aggressive, even though there was only 1 out on the play.
Pena takes high, and it's a ball and a strike.
That's Brett Gardner's game. You know, you'd rather see a kid make an aggressive mistake, if you want to call it a mistake, and they didn't. You'd rather see that kind of a play from that kind of a kid right there, Brett Gardner, with his speed, than the converse, where maybe he's a little tentative and afraid to take a chance. Girardi had no problem with him trying to score on that particular play.
Swing and a miss, and it's a ball and 2 strikes on Pena. 5 runs tonight for the Yankees in the bottom of the first inning, the most they have scored in the first inning this season. And it's interesting. I was talking to Joe Girardi prior to the game, just like you were, and I said, well, it's late inning heroics. I said, there's nothing wrong with getting 5 in the first, and he kind of smiled.
He's smiling now.
That is inside, and it's 2-2, and off and running is Cabrera as the ball gets away from Mauer. So Melky Cabrera now in scoring position. I think anything that go wrong this inning for the Twins is going wrong.
Yeah, Mr. Murphy's rearing his head, who invented Murphy's Law, and you could see, I mean, he's kind of just boxed it up, kind of sailed on him and got handcuffed.
Fans want to stay tuned during the 6th inning for a message from our friends at the Fox Business Network. That's got to be a pass ball, doesn't it?
Yes, scored a pass ball. And the beat goes on. You got to be shell shocked right now. You know, Minnesota with a tough weekend, obviously, all the drama, and you lose 3 straight walk-offs. You get 2 in the top of the first, and you think, okay, we're going to get out of here with a win. Now you got a 5 spot and 1 out.
Ball is fouled off by Pena. Stays alive. The count is 2-2. You had mentioned Coney, the all Minnesota battery. Both, and there's the Twins record. Last 25 games in the Bronx, 3-22. Little looper towards right center field. Coming on is Kadire. He should get there. He makes the play, and Melky Cabrera returns to second. There are now 2 outs. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Francisco Cervelli, the catcher. And the Yankees have batted around here in the first inning against Glenn Perkins. You know, the Twins used to be the Washington Senators, and it was the Senators from 1939 to 1941 that had even a worse stretch against the Yankees here at Yankee Stadium. They went 2-23 over a 25-game stretch. Cervelli hits the ball hard but foul down the third base side. Cervelli's been impressive, not only with the glove defensively, he's got a strong arm, but the young man who was hitting 190 at Trenton when he got called up is hitting 318 here in the big leagues.
Better lights, huh? Better stadium, better food, something?
Better conditions. And to me, I wouldn't say it got easier to hit as I moved up the ladder, but I felt that the pitchers were more around the plate, and that can help. Ground ball, and it goes by Perkins, hits the bag, and goes into center field for a base hit. Here comes Melky Cabrera to score, and it's now 6-2 Yankees. 3 Twins had a shot at that ball, and even second base got into play. And that's going to be it. Ron Gardner has seen enough. He's going to go to R.A. Dickey.
Well, first of all, right in front of the home plate, and Perkins just kind of whiffs. You know, had a little topspin on it, and he certainly had the glove up in time and just misses it. Then it hits the bag. Get a corkscrew into center field. That's going to knock you out of the game as you see Melky's going to come around to score. And Cervelli's shown us he can hit a fastball. You know, he's got a quick little bat. Look at it, just hit the bag.
That's unbelievable. That's it for Glenn Perkins. He does get 2 outs, but he gives up 6 runs. Well, fans, this call of the bullpen brought to you by AT&T. Your world delivered. An early bullpen call for the Minnesota Twins, and they come out with a knuckleballer, R.A. Dickey, who so far this season has worked in 10 games. He's 1-0. He's given up 24 hits in 18 innings, 11 walks. So 35 base runners in 18 innings. And Joe Mauer gets the big glove out for the knuckleball.
You need a little more leather, just in case that thing tries to flutter away from you.
Here's Derek Jeter, who started it all here in the first inning with a lead-off single through the hole in the left field, came around to score. So Perkins threw 34 pitches, worked 2/3 of an inning, allowed 6 runs on 7 hits. No strikeouts and no walks, and he's responsible for Cervelli at first. Jeter swings. That's his second hit of the inning. Another single to left field for Derek Jeter. And the beat continues for the Yankees here at the bottom of the first inning. Cervelli stops at second.
Well, Dickey, not like Tim Wakefield, even though this is the knuckleball. You see the spin kind of tumbling in there, and it just sits right there. And there's the knuckleball grip. But he doesn't really predominantly feature that all the time. He'll throw more fastballs than, say, a Tim Wakefield. But you see that one had a little too much spin on it, Singy, and you can almost recognize it just kind of sits right there, and Jeter's all over it.
Here's Johnny Damon, the 11th Yankee to bat in this inning, and Damon takes a knuckleball for a called strike. I went to a function, a banquet this winter, and I ran into Phil Negro, the Hall of Fame knuckleballer, who actually won his 300th game in a Yankee uniform. And he was telling me he's been working with R.A. Dickey to refine his knuckleball. Swing and a miss, and that ball is knocked down by Mauer.
That's why you get the knuckleball catchers, man, right there. Sometimes you're just slapping at it. And that one had some nasty movement late, too. Watch this. Right, that's got less spin on. You see that?
Whoa.
Boy, he almost missed it. That was some late movement off the heel. Slap it. Walk over and pick it up.
Damon's had a single and scored in this inning. Knuckleball in the dirt. The count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. I'm trying to remember who was the first catcher to use that big glove, and I think it goes back to the days when Hoyt Wilhelm was working out of the bullpen for Baltimore in the 50s. And I want to say Gus Triandos was the catcher who went and got the knuckleball, went and got the big glove, sort of like a garbage can cover, tried to knock that thing down. Damon bouncing ball, and Dickey will handle it. And the Twins will finally get out of it in the bottom of the first inning. But the Yankees score 6 runs on 8 hits here in the first inning. Mark Teixeira with a 3-run homer to give the Yankees a lead, and A-Rod was up next. When this ball landed, it was 4-2 Yankees. Now it's 6. Well, let's look at the American Airlines upcoming schedule. Tomorrow, Baltimore Orioles coming to town, and that game will be on My 9 at 7. Then Wednesday, it's back on Yes at 7. Then Thursday, back to My 9. And then the world champion Phillies come in for the weekend here at Yankee Stadium. It'll be Friday, 7 o'clock. 4:10 on Saturday, that game on Fox. And then on Sunday afternoon, right back on Yes at 1 o'clock. Andy Pettitte now working with the lead. Ground ball to the right of Cano. On the backhand, a strong throw. And there's the out. Michael Kadire is thrown out on a nice play by Cano. So 1 down here in the top of the second.
It took Perkins about a half hour to get it out, and Andy gets it in about 10 seconds. A la Robinson Cano with a nice backhand, as Singy said.
So Andy Pettitte now with a 4-run lead to work with. And here is Carlos Gomez. I had a chance to meet Carlos prior to the game. There's a pitch for a call strike. I'm surprised how big he is. He's 6'2" and over 200 pounds. He can run. He can throw. He's got some power. Although he's off to a little bit of a slow start this year. And pitches inside for a ball. He's a good bunter. He had 30 bunt base hits last year. Ball is popped up foul just below us. And it counts as a ball and 2 strikes. I don't think I had 30 bunt attempts in my whole career. Let alone 30 hits. Pettit ahead on the count. A ball and 2 strikes. Ahead on the scoreboard, 6-2. Gomez is hit by a pitch. And he'll head on down to first base. Looked like a cutter that came a little too far inside and caught him on the right foot. When you use your speed like he does, that's not a good thing.
Well, that's exactly what it is. He almost swings at it. You see here, he offers at it, checks his swing, kind of spins around. Definitely catches him in the back foot.
And Gomez still hopping around over at first base. And manager Ron Gardenhire is going to come out and check him on him along with the trainer.
Well, that's why they call it a back leg slider, Singy, right there.
Right on top of the right foot. Gomez looks like he's going to try and hang in there. Jerry White, the first base coach. Those first base coaches, they don't offer much sympathy. I mean, they've been through that years ago. Jerry White played for Montreal Expos, kind of a 4th outfielder in his days. I'm sure he took a few off the feet.
Gomez almost put himself in that position, as you saw. He kind of offered at the pitch, and his back leg came forward a little bit and put it in a position to get drilled.
So 1 out, 1 on, and Nick Punto, the number 9 hitter. 2 for 10 in this series will step in. Switch hitting shortstop. Throw over to first. The check on once again. Punto lays down a bunt. It's a good one, and he's going to beat it out for a hit. Got it by Andy Pettit. The Yankees are in double play depth in the infield. So Punto trying to build an inning after Gomez was hit by a pitch, and the Twins have 2 on and 1 out.
Well, this is great execution. He disguises it and pushes it, and the key is to get some velocity so you can get it by the pitcher. And Robinson Cano gets caught a little too far away. See Robinson just kind of not in position. Maybe at first, his first couple of steps, you could see maybe he thought Andy Pettit was going to get it, but Punto, just a great bunt. That's the key. When you're going to push that bunt to the right side, you got to get just enough mustard on it to get it by the pitcher. Yeah,
the Yankees, Cano was in double play depth, so he was closer to the bag at second. Here's Span. Ground ball towards the hole. Cano with a long dive. Comes up with it. Flips to first for the out. A headlong dive by Robinson Cano. Good defensive play at second. The runners move up a base.
Well, it was. The first thing's the dive. And then you get up and you recognize, looks like Brett Favre, getting chased by a linebacker with the shovel toss. Really athletic play by Robinson Cano, and good recognition right here that you've got to get rid of it right now. And that's how you do it. The backhanded flip. There are rumors he's going to Minnesota, That's true. That is true. Maybe we'll see some of that up there. 2 outs, 2 on. Cano with an excellent play at second will bring up Brendan Harris, who had a double and scored in the first inning for Minnesota. And he takes a pitch downstairs for a ball. This is a big at bat early in this game for Andy Pettit. He gave up 2 in the top of the first. The Yankees responded, really picked him up with 6 spot in the bottom, and now you just don't want this tit for tat to start going every inning. You got to stop it right here. Ball striking. It's 1-1. Harris came over to the Twins in the deal with Delvin Harris, and I don't know if you guys had mentioned it during the course of the weekend, Tony, but Delvin Harris is not here. His mom is ill, and he is not with the team. And the Twins go from here to Chicago, and Delvin Harris is not supposed to join the team in Chicago as well. So we hope all goes well for his mom.
And she gets well soon. Check swing, and the count goes to 2-1 on Harris. I should say Delman Young. I keep saying Harris because Harris is at the plate.
Yeah, Brendan Harris.
Yeah. Well, they both came in the same deal. President Spitzer calls strike. 2-2 on Harris.
You're right, though. Delman Young, he was pretty good against the Yankees. Yeah. He had some success, and obviously not a lot of at-bats, but the Yankees were not sad to see him unavailable.
Well, he drove in 10 runs against the Yankees last year. 2-2 on Brendan Harris. And he fouls one back. We'll do it all over again.
Conversely, if you're in that Minnesota dugout, you get a base hit here, you feel like, okay, we're gonna fight this game. We're not dead. Cut that lead right in half. Get it to 6-4 with a base hit. Andy Pettitte, otherwise, you can strand those runners right here. It's a huge pickup for your side as well.
You know, they talk about momentum shifts in basketball and in football, but it also happens in baseball too. Now, of course, the momentum's on the Yankees side, but if come up with a hit here, it might move back the other way. Fans' copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent. That's written consent of the New York Yankees. Group of fans enjoying themselves. Good stop by Cibrelli once again as the ball rolls. It's a third of the way out to the mound. Andy Pettitte's going to retrieve it. The count has gone full on Brendan Harris.
Well, that was a tough pitch. You'd like to have it happen on 2-2 because you run the count to 3-2, and especially with Mauer on deck. Andy, this is the guy you want to get, even though you got a left-handed batter, you know, in Mauer, and Andy's obviously left-handed. Saw what he did in the first inning. It doesn't really matter with Mauer. This is the pitch. This is the guy you want to get right here.
Payoff pitch on the way. And it's a bouncing ball hit slowly toward short. Jeter on the run. Throws on the run in time to get Harris. Nice play by the captain. And the Twins will strand a couple of runners on base. Good defensive play by the middle infielders. Cano with a sparkling play with a headlong dive and a flip. Jeter makes the play, and the Yankees get out of it. tri-state dealers, on the web at searchmercedes.com. Well, 13 years ago yesterday, Mariano Rivera recorded his first career save. Well, since then, he has picked up 488 more and has 489 in his career. Bottom of the second inning, Mark Teixeira is going to lead it off for the Yankees. It takes a pitch for a call strike from R.A. Dickey. Teixeira erased a 2-0 Twins lead in the bottom of the first inning following singles by Jeter and Damon with a 3-run homer, his 9th of the year. Switch hitter now batting left-handed. Hits a slow roller down the first base side, and it twists foul, and the count goes to 0-2. Let's take a look at the home run, Coney.
Well, we saw it. It was a changeup, got right down the middle, and he stayed on it and drilled it. Full extension.
9 home runs now and 27 runs batted in. And since Alex Rodriguez returned to the lineup, Teixeira has hit .343 with 4 home runs and 12 runs batted in. Bouncing ball, slow roller for Harris at second. Gobbles it up, throws the first, and there's one out. The last inning, the Yankees scored the 6 runs, the most they've scored since August 17th last year. They scored 6 in the first against Kansas City. And a man who drove in a 4th run last inning is at the plate right now. Teixeira homered, and the next batter was Alex Rodriguez, and he went deep himself. His 4th home run. Knuckleball is in there for a call strike. His 4th home run in 30 at-bats. Fouls went off, and the count is 0-2. In fact, A-Rod has 6 hits, and 4 of them have been homers.
In the first inning, it's got that sound. That's just a bullet.
That's music to a former hitter's ears.
That got out of here quickly.
The 0-2 pitch, and it's lined to the first baseman Morneau for out number 2. That's kind of a funky hack by A-Rod, but hit the ball fairly hard to the first baseman. And even he admits he's not quite there yet. You know, he's been all around it. Every once in a while he squares one up. But not this time as he lines out to Morneau. So it's 2 up and 2 down. That'll bring up Nick Swisher. Swisher hit one to the warning track following the back-to-back home runs for Teixeira and A-Rod for a second here. It looked like the Yankees had hit 3 in a row. Swisher takes a knuckleball for a call strike. Now, if you're R.A. Dickey and you learn a knuckleball, this could extend your career. How long?
Look at Tim Wakefield. They got inspiration up north in Boston.
Off the end of the bat, fouled back.
Now, he is throwing more of them. You're right, Singy. I mean, you mentioned who he's been working with, the former Yankee, Mr. Negro, and he's probably the elder statesman of the knuckleball. He's worked with everybody. Dickey broke in at 0-1 with the Rangers, made his way to Seattle last year, and Minnesota picked him up, but he threw a lot more fastballs before and kind of mixed in some knuckleballs, and he's featuring his knuckleball a lot more tonight.
That one sails a little bit high, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. You know, one reason you throw a knuckleball, you learn how to throw it because it's an unusual pitch. Here's a look at it. Actually, it's not the knuckles, it's the fingertips, as you saw right there. You kind of push it on its way to home plate. Foul tipped, and that'll knock the mask off of Joe Mauer when the count holds it, a ball and 2 strikes. Call Charlie Hough and Phil Negro. There it is.
Double mask. Got them both.
2 for the price of 1. There's the fastball. He tried to pick off the inside corner. It goes to 2-2. I can recall Mickey Rivers, and I think Mickey was facing Charlie Hough or one of the knuckleballers back in the day, and he took 3 in a row. They kind of floated right in there for strikes, and they asked him why. He said, "I just like to watch it float by."
That sounds like quick.
2-2 pitch. Bouncing ball snared by Dickey. Nice catch. Throws on to first, and the Yankees go in order. After a 6-run first inning, they go 1-2-3 here at the bottom of the second. Mauer and Morneau will be leading off for the Twins in the top of the third. It's 6-2 Yankees. Beautiful evening, although a little bit chilly here in the New York metropolitan area. Good look at the George Washington Bridge as we get ready to start the top of the third inning. Look at the Modell scoreboard. Modell's the official sporting goods retailer of the Yankees. 6-2. A lot of scoring in the first inning. Joe Mauer takes a pitch for a call strike from Andy Pettitte. Mauer had a single, drove in a run, scored a run in the first inning. Ran his latest hitting streak to 11 in a row. Curved ball is low, and it's a ball and a strike. We talked about the M&M boys, Mauer and Morneau, the modern version of the M&M boys. I saw the originals, Mantle and Maris. Now, as good as these guys are, Mauer and Morneau, they're not. Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle.
They're not there yet?
No, not quite. There's a pitch for a call strike, and it's 1-2. I remember sitting out in the bleachers at the old stadium watching those guys and just, man, they were something. And the whole Yankee team back in that 1961 season. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Joe Mauer, and it's low, 2-2. Of course, Roger Maris hit 61 home runs that year. Mickey Mantle hit 54. And it just seemed that one or the other was going deep. Back in the day, that pitch is fouled off the glove and maybe the mask of Cervelli. The count is still 2-2. There we go. Mickey Mantle on your left. That's Roger Maris with a home run. Here's the Mick. From both sides of the plate. There's Maris again, and I believe that was number 61. Phil Rizzuto with the call.
He's almost shy coming out for that curtain call. Like he didn't want to do it. Right?
Oh, I'd jump out with 61 home runs. Yeah, I would have jumped out. There's the Mick rounding the bases. And more, I should say, Mauer hits a shot down the left field line, just foul. Two-time American League batting champion, 2006, and again last year, two-time All-Star, and last season won his first Gold Glove. Joe Mauer, off to a great start, just 26 years old, former #1 draft pick of the Twins at and been on the cover of Sports Illustrated. It's nice when you got a hometown kid, you draft him #1, and he turns in this type of player. Ball's hit well in left field. Johnny Damon going back, still going back, and makes the catch, and then runs into the wall. Mauer gave it a ride, but that's out #1 here in the third.
Well, you can see why Mauer's got that batting champion stroke up the middle, the other way with power. You know, he just always seems to be on the pitches, covers both sides of the plate. A nice play by Johnny Damon. Almost gets twisted around a little bit, singing. Is that the wind, or just trying to get back and find the wall? Or
well, sometimes you turn on the wrong shoulder and you have to readjust and make the play in the outfield. Damon does so, and here's Justin Morneau. The other half of the M&M boys. Morneau had a single and an RBI. Lines went towards the corner, and this could be in there for an extra base hit. The ball is knocked down by Swisher. Morneau's on his way to second, and he'll be in with a stand-up double. He is now 2 for 2. And the modern version hits the ball hard.
Yeah, he does. He gets a slider right there. You see Cervelli reaching back towards the middle. He wants it away. Boy, you make that mistake to Morneau. We've seen this all series long. Boy, he puts a power, quick stroke on that. Talk about quick snatching it. That ball gets to the wall in a hurry. Bang, bang. Such a big ricochet, it almost gets by Swisher. It actually does get by Swisher, rather.
Here's Joe Creedy, and he swings and misses strike one. You know, I want to thank our producer, Kevin Smolin, for digging up those highlights real quickly of Mamlin Maris.
In a split second, you talk about a bullet one hopper up the wall, and Swisher can't even handle it. That's a hot potato coming off of that wall.
Creedy swings at a high fastball, doesn't get it. Thanking Kevin Smolin for coming up with that video of Mamlin Maris, but you can tell it was a long time ago because it's in black and white. So that way back when.
I got a chance to meet Mickey Mantle, and that was a thrill. I wish I could have met Roger Maris. The other guy, Kenny, I'd love to have met was Thurman.
No.
Thurman Munson, or get a chance to pitch to him in one time.
Creedy pops one up into center field. Drifting back is Derek Jeter. The captain is there, makes the catch, and that's the second out. Now, I have a picture at home of Mickey Mantle that I took years ago. With Morneau at second, there's the Monument Park and the Mick.
It's very gracious. I was a rookie for the Mets and went over to Mickey Mantle's restaurant on the west side and ran into him by surprise and introduced myself, and he knew right who I was. He said, "Oh yeah, I saw you pitch. You're a great young pitcher." And you know, what a thrill to have somebody like Mickey Mantle tell you something like that when you're a rookie.
Jason Kubel fouls a pitch at the plate. Speaking of Mauer and Morneau, the Twins version of the M&M boys, Mauer and Morneau have not been retired in consecutive at-bats since their second at-bat on Friday. That's the type of series these two guys have had. Mauer flew out to deep left this inning, and Morneau hit a rocket double into the right field corner. Between them tonight, they are 3 for 4, and they have hit the ball hard in all 4 at-bats. Two outs, runner at second. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 on Kubel.
Good looking slider there by Andy, getting sharper as this game's as he's getting some more pitches under his belt. Got 50 pitches so far. 33 strikes, 16 balls. Pretty good ratio. He's getting sharper.
The 0-2 pitch, and he tried to check a swing, but went around too far. Kubel is out of there, and Andy Pettit will strand Morneau at second. We played 2.5 here at Yankee Stadium, and the Yankees lead the Minnesota Twins Yankee Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Blimpie, America's Sub Shop, by Firestone, a tradition of innovation, and by IOTV. IOTV offers you incredible picture and sound. HD is free with IOTV. Yankees half of the third inning, and it'll bring up Robinson Cano. And Cano takes a pitch for a call strike. Cano doubled, his 10th double of the year in the first inning, came around to score. As the Yankees put 6 runs on 8 hits on the board against Glenn Perkins and R.A. Dickey. Perkins out of there after 2/3 of an inning. Cano with a line drive over short and into center field's his second hit of the night. So Cano, who started out tonight 0 for 9, is kind of breaking out of it. He's 2 for 2. On our Modell scoreboard, you can see the Yankees 6 runs, 9 hits, and no errors for the Twins. 2 runs, 5 hits, and they too have no errors. Modell's the official sporting goods retailer of the Yankees. Here's Melky Cabrera. Melky 1 for 1, an RBI and a run scored in the first inning. Way outside with a knuckleball, and it's ball 1.
One of the problems with a knuckleballer when you're in the stretch and you got a runner on is obviously the chance to steal. Knuckleballs are hard to catch. They're not thrown with a lot of velocity, and very, very hard for Mauer to get a handle on. So you would expect Robinson Cano to be running here at some point.
Pitch is on the way, and it's low, ball 2. 2 balls to Melky Cabrera. For Robinson Cano, that was his 15th multi-hit game of the season. Certainly off to a much better start than he was last year at this time. He thought about going. Pitch is in there for a strike. It's a good thing he did. That was a fastball, 2-1.
Yeah, R.A., Dickey throws a little harder than your normal knuckleballers. Like as we said, he's just now converting to throwing more knuckleballs. It's certainly featuring it tonight, but he's topped out at 86, 87 miles an hour with his fastball. Tim Wakefield up in Boston probably tops out, the upper 70s at best, 75. Dickey throws about 10 miles an hour harder than Wakefield.
It looked like Cano was thinking about going, and it took him a lot of energy to get back to the bag. Watch him lean. Yep, he was leaning. There he goes, and the pitch is fouled off, and the count is 2-2. He had a great jump. I think a more experienced hitter, even though that ball might have been a strike, just let it go.
Yeah, that's 5 steps before Dickey releases the ball, and he did pick a knuckleball to run on. Cano trying to find it.
Sometimes you let that runner at first set up an RBI situation for you. Let him go. Let him steal it. Toss to first. Cano gets back.
Yeah, especially with nobody out starting this inning.
Good overhead look at what's going on at Yankee Stadium on this Monday night. The Yankees with a 6-2 lead in the bottom of the third inning. Cano's going again. The pitch is fouled off again by Cabrera.
You're right. That overhead shot really shows you behind home plate, saying that there is less room, which I've talked about with Ollie. Yeah, we're about 20 feet less to be exact, and this part right here from home plate all the way back. And that, to me, all the Yankee pitchers love that. It makes you feel like your depth perception is better. It makes you feel like you're on top of the hitter. Most pitchers like that feeling of feeling like you can throw it right through the catcher.
Good swing, and the pitch is fouled back by Cabrera. It used to be 72 feet 4 inches.
Yeah, you shorten that by 20. You shorten that by 20 feet. That makes a big difference for a pitcher in his depth perception. If you see that wall behind the umpire, obviously, and that's closer, well, that just gives you the sensation that you're throwing harder. That you can see the glove better. You can throw it by guys if you have a good fastball.
2-2 the count. Another throw to first. Cano scampers back.
You see this distance here is a lot further in the old stadium. And that's the direct view that obviously that a pitcher has. That's what you're looking through. That's your backdrop. That's the pitcher's eye behind home plate.
Another throw to first. You saw the old stadium there. Let's look at the old stadium now and what's going on just across the street. Now it's back to reality. Cano's going. The pitch is on the way. It's a ball. The throw to second is a strike, and he's thrown out. So Joe Mauer throws out Robinson Cano, caught stealing for the first time this year.
You can see Robinson looking back, and he didn't get the knuckleball. Looked like he got a fastball, and Mauer's quick. Talk about an athlete. Quarterback coming out of high school, could have gone anywhere in the country. He got rid of that ball and just threw a dart right down the second base.
3-2 pitch, and Melky Cabrera with a bouncing ball to short for Punto. He has it, and it's on to first for out number 2. Cano was thinking about stealing during that whole time that Melky Cabrera was at the plate, and they got tossed out.
Gets a fastball to handle, and you see how quick he is. Man, that's just right on the money. Quick release. He got that ball out of his glove in a heartbeat. See, Robinson was looking back, and you know, as we said, Dickey throws hard for a knuckleball guy. That was in the mid 80s, and gave Mauer a good shot to throw Cano out.
You know, that ball was kind of down. He backhanded it, came up quickly and threw him out. It wasn't like he stepped into it. Here's Ramiro Pena, who flew out to right field his first time up, and he takes a pitch from Dickey in there for a strike. Pena playing at third base tonight. We've seen him at short. We've also seen him at second. Bouncing ball towards first for Morneau. He gloves it, steps on the bag, and the Yankees are gone. They pick up a hit, but nothing else against R.A. Dickey and the Twins. It's on to the 4th inning with the Yankees leading 6-2.
Nice.
Now it's time for the New York State Smokers Quit Flag Quiz. And here's the question of the evening. Sunday, the Yankees had their 3rd consecutive walk-off win, the first time since 1972. Who was the Yankees manager back in 1972? We'll have the answer for you in the bottom half of the inning. Here in the top half of the 4th inning, Michael Cuddyer takes a pitch for a call strike from Andy Pettitte. If Andy beats the Twins tonight, he'll be 9-5 against Minnesota in his career. Breaking ball is hit well to left center field. Damon just takes a look. This one is gone way back over the Twins bullpen and into the seats, and it's now a 6-3 ball game. Michael Cuddyer showing off his power. with his 4th home run of the season. That's the longest home run I've seen in that direction this season.
Kadyr's got that kind of power. He hit 24 home runs in 06. Kind of been waiting for him to get going again. And boy, you're right, Ziggy. You go over the bullpen here. That's a long way.
Here's Carlos Gomez, takes a pitch. Ball looked like a hanging breaking ball.
Was slider right out over the middle. Those are the ones that speed your bat up, right, Ziggy? I mean, even if you're sitting fastball, if you get a slider and it's right there and it just speeds you up and makes you get the bat head out. Boy, it's got that sound. That ball's up there.
Up there for a while. Pitch is fouled back by Gomez. Now the Twins originally, after they got Gomez, there's another look. Oh, right there.
See, Andy's trying to come in. He's trying to throw that slider and that cutter inside, obviously, underneath the hands of Kadir. Never got there.
Little looper towards right field. Swisher coming on. He's going to have to play it on a hop as Gomez has himself a base hit. But Gomez is 1 for 1. He was hit by a pitch his first time. While we have a moment here, we'll check out tomorrow's starting pitchers, brought to you by Verizon Fios, over 100 HD channels and the fastest internet. This is Fios. This is big. Brad Bergenson called up from the minor leagues by the Orioles. He'll do the pitching for Baltimore, and CC Sabathia, who shut out the Orioles down in Baltimore, will get the start for the Yankees. Sabathia's won his last 2 starts, and his record now is 3-3. In fact, the Orioles are in town. They were in Kansas City over the weekend, and they're enjoying an off day or an off night in the Big Apple.
You can tell by their hats they're 2 lefties, the way they were crooked in that picture. 2 lefties, both their hats are crooked off to the side. You don't even need to see it. You know they're left-handers.
Here is Nick Punto.
Left brainer then.
Toss over to first to check on Gomez, who has all kinds of speed, although this year he's stolen 3 and been caught 3 times. Now, it was mentioned that the Twins wanted to use him out in leadoff spot, but his on-base percentage wasn't high enough. That's why he's back down in the order. Last year they used him as a leadoff hitter on several occasions. Bouncing ball to second. Cano goes to Jeter for 1, and that's all that Jeter could get is taken out on the play by Gomez. Gomez has speed and got down there on second base very quickly and upset Jeter, who did not make the relay.
Well, we've seen Gomez on the base pass this series and have some friction with Teixeira at first, and boy, he really goes. A little hook slide to get Jeter, and I tell you what, that's good hard baseball. He can still touch the bag, but Gomez is a hard-nosed base runner, and we almost had a little bench-clearing brawl with him and Teixeira earlier in this series, and we can see that he has not let up. He's going to play hard. He's going to run the bases very, very aggressively.
So Gomez back to the dugout after being forced at second to bring up Denard Span, who's grounded out to second twice. This is what David's talking about.
Well, that's the first time, and Teixeira kind of gives him a look and see, you know, the problem is he's running up the grass and he doesn't get in the box, and technically speaking he could have been called out. You see Teixeira, that's twice. He was upset. I mean, I've seen a lot of guys, see Gardenhire and Girardi go at it too.
Runner goes. Here's Savelli's throw to second, and it is in time. He throws out Punto. Marty Foster explaining to Punto why he is out. I don't think Punto agreed. We'll take a second look.
Andy Pettit with a little abbreviated moves, pseudo slide step. Cervelli. Boy, he made a good throw.
Let's take a look at the left hand.
Tell you what, you might have got him on the elbow from that view right there.
Span, a little chopper. Going to be a tough play for Pena. Bare hands, throws, and gets him at first base. That's some defensive plays by the Yankees tonight, all over the infield. This time it's Pena's turn as he throws out the speedy Denard Span, the end of the inning for the Twins here in the 4th. Scoop by Teixeira. Span is out. 6-3 Yankees. Well, bottom of the fourth inning, Yankees leading by a score of 6-3 over Minnesota. Time for the answer to our New York State Smokers Quick Line quiz. Sunday, the Yankees had their third consecutive walk-off win, the first time since 1972. Back in 1972, who was the Yankees manager? And the answer would be Ralph Houck, the Major. Enough said with that sunset. Beautiful. Wow. Here's Cervelli. And takes a knuckleball high for ball one. Cervelli had a base hit and a run batted in the first inning. If there ever was a seeing eye single, Cervelli had it. That pitch is low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes.
That was a beautiful scene set we had there. House Wolsey gave us Kevin Smolin, our producer. That's some great shots in the Manhattan skyline tonight.
Cervelli with his second straight hit, a line drive this time in the left field. Well, he's on, leading off the fourth inning. Hey fans, it's time for the Toyota Text Poll. Tonight's question is, what is the best 3-4 hitting combination in the American League? Oh, and here are the combinations. You can text your vote to 58772. Here are your choices: Joe Mauer and Justin Morneau, Mark Teixeira and Alex Rodriguez, Evan Longoria and Carlos Pena, Nick Markakis and Aubrey Huff, Josh Hamilton and Hank Blaylock. Make your pick, folks. You can't go wrong.
Yeesh.
Those are some powerful hitters.
Put me in a bad mood up here looking at those names.
Here's Derek Jeter. Derek had 2 hits in the first inning. Single, ground single through the hole to lead the ball game off, and eventually came around to score for the Yankees in the first, and then had a line drive single to left field. His second trip in the first inning. Cervelli at first, nobody out. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Yankees are in the fourth inning. They already have 10 hits in the game. Jeter takes a pitch low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes.
See Singing at Tampa Bay, playing Oakland down in St. Pete. Dropped a 6th spot in the bottom of the first. They're up 6-2.
Oh.
Jason Bartlett still hot, 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs, hitting .375 now on the year. The shortstop for the Rays.
He used to be with the Twins. Jeter bouncing ball to short, could be 2. Punto to Harris to Morneau. 6-4-3 on the double play, and now there are 2 outs and nobody on base. Hey, Yankee fans, go to BetLife.com/Yankees for your chance to present the BetLife Player of the Month award on the field here in Yankee Stadium. Simply visit BetLife.com/Yankees for official rules. No purchase necessary, void where prohibited, and sweepstakes sponsor is Metropolitan Life Insurance Company. And there's the April winner, Nick Swisher. Along with Snoopy. That's Snoopy in the middle. And here's Johnny Damon with 2 outs and nobody on in the fourth.
Just to finish off that Tampa Rays score, you know, Jason Giambi's in the Oakland lineup down there. Going into that game, hitting .204. He had a slow start so far.
David takes his strike, and it's a ball and a strike. That whole Oakland ball club not really tearing it up with the bats.
Going into that game 13-21 for a record.
Broken bat roller foul. And how about the game yesterday with Joe Madden, the manager of the Rays, putting 2 third basemen in the game and no DH. In fact, Evan Longoria had to sit out, and Andy Sonnenstein, the pitcher, had to hit. And it was manager Eric Wedge of the Cleveland Indians who brought that to light. And Sonnenstein had to hit third.
Wow.
And actually got a double and drove it a run.
That's huge. I tell you what, as a pitcher, that makes me proud. But, you know, Madden takes the heat for that. But where's his wingman? Your bench coach? Somebody's got to catch that, don't they?
David takes a pitch into dirt. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. You're right. They usually double check lineups.
And that's really on the whole coaching staff. It's an embarrassment. It happens. We've seen it happen.
Count is now full on Johnny Damon.
Kind of lucky they ended up winning that game. Take a little sting out of it. Yeah.
David's had a single and also grounded out. Mark Teixeira is on deck, and he's had one of the big hits tonight, a 3-run homer. And Johnny Damon draws a 2-out walk, so he's aboard. That is the first walk that the Yankees have received tonight. They've hit their way on base. Teixeira with that 3-run homer, his 9th of the year, and he's also grounded out to second, so he's 1 for 2. The Yankees so far with a perfect homestand. They've won the first 3 games. See if they can make it 4 in a row tonight, and they won their last 2 in Toronto. There's the knuckleball. It's a big swing and a miss.
Well, Singy, I want to thank you for coming up here tonight. You know, my buddy Paulie O'Neill was on a pitch count. He couldn't make it to Monday night on the wraparound series. But
a game count?
Yeah, game count. Yeah. Thought I saw him in that scene set flying over that bridge.
On his way back to Cincinnati.
Way back, yeah. Well, Teeterborough's over there somewhere.
The 0-1 pitch, and it's fouled over towards the Yankee dugout, and it's 0-2 up to Teixeira. Well, Michael kind of deserted you too. I heard you guys talking about me yesterday.
I'm glad to have you here, Sonny.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Got up 5:30 in the morning to join you, Tony. Today.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah. David at first with 2 outs, and an 0-2 count on Mark Teixeira. David not going anywhere. Teixeira's had 31 hits this year. 16 of them are for extra bases, including 9 home runs. Slices one foul. In fact, sometimes when your average is low, you got all these extra bases. You want to chop, some of those home runs up into, 4 or 5 singles. Here's a satisfied customer.
You got up at 5:30 to come here, Sing?
Well, I took the train up.
Okay, nice.
I don't live next to the train station.
Did you see the sun come up?
Actually, I did, yeah.
So did me and Boomer.
Broken bat roll in a second for Harris. Well, you're more tired than I am. He's just thrown it first in time. Teixeira's retired. We're going to the 5th inning. A sleepy David Cohn and an equal sleepy Ken Singleton. The Yankees leading 6-3. We'll be right back. Thank you very much, Bob. The injury bug starting to bite a few ball clubs. The Yankees have had their share of injuries this year. As we go into the 5th inning on our Alexa scoreboard, the Yankees with 6 in the first, lead 6-3. Here is Brendan Harris leading off for the Minnesota Twins in the 5th, and Andy Pettitte paints the outside corner with a call strike. Harris has doubled, grounded to short. He's also scored a run. Fouls one at the plate, 0-2. I talked to him when he was with the then Devil Rays, and he said, yeah, Queensbury, New York. He grew up watching the Yankees. And, yeah, called me Mr. Singleton. You know, it made me feel like, you know, like you're 300 years old. You know, nice young man. It'll be Harris, Mauer, and Morneau. 2, 3, and 4 in the Twins order here in the 5th. Pettitte deals way outside. There's a waste pitch, and then there's a wasted pitch. That was a wasted one. It's 1 and 2. As Harris checked, Andy looks over towards first. I believe he checked the swing, and now it's 2 and 2.
Ooh, that looks good, Ziggy. A little ice cream right there.
See, he had the pretzel stashed away. He didn't need that. Hit hard off the glove of Teixeira and on into right field. It's going to be a base hit for Harris, his 2nd hit of the game. Teixeira did all he could to come up with that one. That was a rocket.
Andy Pettitte 0-2 to 2-2. Tries to go back away. We've seen Teixeira come up with plays like that this year, and almost just like you said, he hit too hard and a little too quick of a short hop.
So the leadoff man is on. It'll bring up Joe Mauer. Mauer tonight has singled and scored. He drove in a run in the 1st inning, and also flied out to deep left field to Johnny Damon. Tries to lay down a bunt and fouls it off. Quarterback trying to make a play. Andy Pettitte has been ahead on the hitters for the most part tonight. 16 of the 21 batters he's faced have seen a first pitch strike. That one misses inside, and it's a ball and a strike on Joe Mauer.
Kind of sense in this game, Singy, the Yankees scored 6 in the bottom of the 1st. They've been shut out since. As you see Andy's pitches right there, good ratio strikes to balls. But a 6-3 game. This is the heart of the order. Mauer and Morneau, every time they come through there, you kind of hold your breath. Another key turning point potentially right here. Andy Pettitte trying to get through the top of the 5th here.
Well, you're expecting the Yankee offense, even though they scored 6 in the 1st, to tack on some runs as the game goes along. You saw Morneau in the on-deck circle. Here's Mauer at the plate. Throw down to first, and Harris is back safely. Got an arm and not afraid to use it. That's what you get when you hang out with Jose Molina and Jorge Posada.
I love it. I love it when I'm on the mound. This just sets a good tone. Goes around the league. The Yankee catchers throw. Cervelli's got a good arm. As you said, he loves to show it off. Just let those base runners know that the scouting report's out. Molina does it. Cervelli does it. The Yankee catchers all throw behind runners.
Infield at double play depth. Ball is hit well to right center field. Swisher going back along with Melky Cabrera. Cabrera to the warning track, makes the catch for the out, and Harris is going to have to hurry back to first. I don't know if Mauer quite got that one. He gave it a ride, though. Second time he's hit a long fly ball out.
Boy, these guys just get good swings every time. And you see the luck. Well, I know that luck thing. You have had it. The thing that helped Andy here was more towards the 385 sign. Well, if he pulls it a little more, that ball's out of here.
There's Melky just onto the warning track for the out. He's not out of the woods yet. Here's Justin Morneau, who's 2 for 2. Throw to the first. Harris is back. Morneau singled a run in the first inning and then ripped a double into the right field corner in the third inning.
These guys just consistently get good at bats, one after another, stacked on top of each other.
Good swings. Both of them 300 hitters. So it's not up like they're up there striking out a lot. They're going to get their hits. Morneau, a former MVP. Hits this one hard and by Cano in the right center for a hit. Harris turns at second. He'll head for third. And the Twins have runners at first and third with one out. Morneau is now 3 for 3.
Well, we talked in our G pitcher scouting report about Andy Pettitte facing the M&M boys, and maybe they'll melt. Well, they're not. It's the other way around, and there's another high slider right there. Cervelli's got to reach back across the plate. Morneau waits on it, laces it back up the middle.
Well, Cano had a chance, very brief chance, because that ball shot on by him. And now it'll be Joe Creedy, a right-handed hitter, coming up to face Andy Pettitte, who runs at first and third, and one out. Creedy has fouled out and popped out. He's 0 for 2. Hit hard, knocked down by Pettitte, and he has Harris in a rundown. Flips to Pena, who tags him out, and that is the second out of the inning. We'll see if Andy's okay. That ball was smoked back through the middle by Joe Creedy, and it got a piece of Andy Pettitte. He just wants the baseball.
A little gut check time for Andy Pettitte, and you told me what your instinct is you see that runner on third. Traditionally, you want to try to get a double play, but not when it's drilled off of your gut. So you just go ahead and take that runner at third, get a run down, take the out.
Well, Pettitte's going to stay in the ball game. Your thinking was to go to second and back on to first?
Well, yeah, not after the ricochet. I think if you obviously, it's a bullet line drive.
Got Handy on the right hand, his non-throwing hand.
Well, that's what you're thinking is, if you can field it cleanly or if you can get to it quickly and turn and get a double play, you're out of the inning. But that runner's right at third, right in front of you, and the ricochet off the line drive, probably the right move there by Andy. Go ahead and get that out.
Twins have hit the ball hard this inning. Here's Jason Kubel, 0 for 2. And first pitch is high for ball 1. Kubel has flied out the left to Johnny Damon and also struck out swinging. He too has a good batting average this year. 20 runs batted in. There's a call strike, and it's 1-1. Kubel has hit safely in 20 of his last 27 games. Up over 370 coming into the game today during that stretch of time. 1-1 pitch, and he fights it off, fouls it back to the screen. It's 1-2.
Coming into this game, Kubel just hitting .208 versus lefties. 5 for 24. Not a lot of at bats. Conversely, .365 batting against right-handed pitching.
So Ron Gardenhire giving him the chance to perform as an everyday player. Whether it's in the outfield or as is the case tonight, as the designated hitter. Low and away, and it's 2-2. Andy Pettitte under duress this inning. He has not had a 1-2-3 inning in this ball game. And the count has gone full at 3-2, so that will start the runners. Morneau from second and Creedy at first with 2 outs.
That's why pitching coaches always talk about making it happen on that last pitch. Andy trying to spot it on the inside corner. Now the runners obviously will be in movement.
The runners go on the payoff pitch, and it's fouled back. We'll do it all over again. And he wants to talk to Cervelli. 79 pitches, 55 of them have been strikes. Still a good ball to strike ratio. On deck is Michael Kadire. You don't want to see him with men on base. A right-handed hitter with power.
Andy Pettitte throwing once again a lot of strikes. Giving up 9 hits so far in this game, including one off of his belly. Well, actually, that wasn't a hit. He got the out. That was a fielder's choice.
Tried to check a swing, but Kubel goes around too far. Cervelli finds the ball, throws to first, and that'll do it for Minnesota here in the 5th inning. They leave a couple of runners. They do not score against Andy Pettitte. At the end of 4.5, it is still 6-3 Yankees. Yankee Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by J&R Music and Computer World, and by Ford, the official truck of the New York Yankees. I'll look down into Manhattan in the Empire State Building here tonight here in the Bronx. You can see all the way to the Empire, not too hard. Empire State Building on 34th Street. Here's Alex Rodriguez. Here in the Bronx, fouling a pitch off strike when A-Rod hit a long home run in the 1st inning. Solo shot. Then lined out to the first baseman. He's 1 for 2. Sneaking up on the 200 mark. Next pitch from Dickey. Knuckleball breaks off the glove of Mauer, rolls back to the screen, and is a ball and a strike. On our Lexus scoreboard, the Yankees with a 6th spot in the 1st inning. The Twins had scored 2 in their half of the 1st. Twins added a solo home run from Michael Kadire in the 4th, and we stand at 6-3. And A-Rod takes a pitch low for a ball. Be A-Rod, Swisher, and Cano for the Yankees here in their half of the 5th inning.
You get that sense, Singy, that the Yankees need to tack on. You know, they're letting Minnesota hang around. They're getting a lot of good at-bats.
Dickey deals. That's in there for a strike. You saw Luis Ayala warming up in the Twins bullpen.
Just don't want to give Minnesota a chance to get off the deck after losing 3 in a row over the weekend in this Monday night game.
Call, strike 3. Alex takes a fastball right down the middle. Well, Sunday on Yes, get the weekend review straight from the manager with the all-new WB Mason presents the Joe Girardi Show. Girardi will look back at this week's against the O's and the Phillies and look ahead to next week's road trip. Let's get the latest injury updates. It's an all-new Joe Girardi Show. It's Sunday at 5, only on Yes. It appeared that Alex was looking for something else and looking for the local and got the Express.
Tell you what, Dickey's been impressive.
It's the first Yankee to strike out tonight. Here is Nick Swisher. And Nick takes a pitch for a call strike. He's 0 for 2. Fly to left, grounded back to the pitcher.
85 miles an hour on that fastball to A-Rod. Froze him on the inside corner. Might as well have been 95 miles an hour with all those knuckleballs he's thrown.
Knuckleball misses, and it's a ball and a strike. Like I said, he can hang around. You know, I recall Phil Niekro saying the reason why he retired, it wasn't that he couldn't still throw the knuckleball. He was afraid he couldn't field the line drives back through the middle anymore. There's a pitch for a call strike. And on the occasion that the ball was hit hard in his direction.
Maybe they should let pitchers wear all that armor like the hitters wear, huh? A little flak jacket out there.
On. Did you ever feel that way? I don't think so. As well as you threw. The 1-2 pitch. And that is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes as the count levels off to Nick Swisher.
I guess if I threw a knuckleball, I might try a flak jacket out there. I don't know. A little hard to pitch with any of that armor on out there.
You know what? You were not that type of pitcher. And it's a good thing that for all of us that you weren't. Very entertaining during your career. Here's a 2-2 pitch on the way to Swisher. Hit on the ground towards first and more no. He gloves it. And steps on the bag, and it's 2 up and 2 down for the Yankees here in the 5th inning. Yankee Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by your tri-state area Audi dealers. Audi, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Yankees. Makes you want to drive something home, doesn't it?
I could go with that.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Here's Cano. Robbie's 2 for 2. Takes a pitch for a call strike. R.A. Dickey working out of the bullpen. Combined this outing and his last one has thrown 9 consecutive scoreless innings. He might be a candidate for the starting rotation.
So valuable because this guy can do anything. He can start. He can give you innings like he's doing tonight. Pitch again tomorrow. Even though, he's a little different than your average knuckleballer. As you see there, he's got 58 pitches, a lot of strikes. Boy, that's an unbelievable ratio for a guy who features a knuckleball. But as we said before, he throws a little harder than most knuckleballers when he does throw that fastball. As we saw him freeze A-Rod at 85 miles an hour.
Cano fouled that last pitch off his foot. And that's why he's taking a little bit of time here before he gets back in the box. Home plate umpire John Hirschbeck. Giving Robbie a little bit of time. You can tell Robbie's been in the ball game now. All you have to do is look at his uniform. 0-2 pitch is outside for a ball. 1-2. Yep. Rob Kakuza, Yankee clubhouse manager, is going to be busy get that one to look brand new tomorrow night. Here we are in the bottom of the 5th inning. Ken Singleton, David Cone, 6-3 Yankees. Yankees scoring all of their runs in the 1st inning. Canova's a fly ball to center for Gomez. Lazy fly ball is caught, and the Yankees go quietly here in the 5th inning. It's on to the 6th. Yankees maintaining a 6-3 lead, and Cano's hurting a bit as he'll take the field. Yes, don't miss an all-new Forbes Sports Money presented by Fox Business Network. Meet the brains behind MMA clothing line, tap out, and find out how personal seat licensing will affect you. It's an all-new Forbes Sports Money, Friday night at 11. That's 11 only on Yes. Michael Kadire swings at the first pitch here in the top of the 6th inning. That's a fly ball to right field for Nick Swisher, who puts it away, and it's 1 pitch and 1 out here in the 6th. Kadire now 1 for 3 with a home run. Looks like he's got a little hitch in his get along. Speaking of Robinson Cano, this is why. Ooh. He's got the guard on, but sometimes it still doesn't feel good. Let's put it that way.
Well, there's a reason why he's got his guard right there, because that's where he's hitting him, and he's probably already bruised up underneath the guard.
It's Carlos Gomez taking, and the pitch is in there for a called strike. Gomez always a threat to bunt. Been hit by a pitch and had a single. He's 1 for 1. Takes a fastball upstairs, and it's a ball and a strike. David, this particular game for Andy Pettitte, he has kind of pieced it together. He has not had a 1-2-3 inning.
Well, he really has, and you know the thing about Andy is that he's given up 9 hits. Yeah, he's gotten banged around. He's given up a home run, but he hasn't walked anybody. And get that first pitch. Really, Kadire swinging at the first pitch. Andy's thrown so many strikes. He's around the plate.
Bouncing ball and on by Pena in the left field for a base hit. The speedy Gomez takes a big turn, and real big turn, and holds on. Because of the fact that Pena was in it, cut down on his lateral motion, and his ball got by him.
Get a hotel room.
Imagine how he feels now about his bat after getting a base hit. One on and 1 out.
I think I'll just sit on that statement right there, saying I don't need to add to that.
No, I don't think so either. There's a bunt attempt. This ball is popped up by Punto, and he's retired by Mark Teixeira. 2 down.
But back to Andy Pettitte.
Okay, let's get back to Andy.
Andy is a grinder. He never say die kind of guy. They just love him as a teammate because his intensity level is remarkable and still passionate about the game. And one thing about Andy tonight is you see that pitch count: 60 strikes, 26 balls. Almost as if you're around the plate too much. Maybe you need to make some guys move their feet a little bit, and set up your pitches when you do get ahead. Minnesota's getting a little comfortable, getting a lot of good swings. He's been a strike throwing machine tonight.
There's a strike to Span, who has been retired on 3 good plays tonight. 2 by Robinson Cano and 1 by Ramiro Pena. The Yankee inner defense been very solid behind Andy Pettitte tonight. Here's the throw to first. The runner's going. The throw to second, and he's safe. That is a testament to the speed of Carlos Gomez as he picks up his 4th stolen base of the year.
Well, he goes on first move. Andy drops it, gets it over there, but that shows you how fast Gomez is. And Teixeira's throw is a little on the third base side. As you see, he kind of wings it just across the bag a little bit. And Jeter there's not enough time to go get the ball and get back and make the tag.
A runner in scoring position and an 0-1 count on Span. And a little looper towards Derek Jeter, leaps and it's over his head. And the run will score as Gomez crosses home plate. It's now a 6-4 ball game. Now I'm wondering if Derek had time to go back on that ball and make the catch. It did have some hang time. Instead, it's a single for Span and a run batted in.
And that is deep into the kitchen. Just a broken bat jam shot. And well, you're right, saying sometimes those full hack broken bat shots, a little looper. You don't know whether just to hang and try to jump or try to go get it in the outfield.
Oh, cleared Jeter's glove by plenty. And there's Andy Pettitte's reaction as he knows that Gomez is going to score the 4th run of the game. The Twins have actually out-hit the Yankees 11-10. Here's Brendan Harris, who has 2 hits, swings and misses, strike 1.
It's a classic case of Minnesota chipping away after dropping 6 runs in the bottom of the 1st and knocking Perkins, the starter for Minnesota, out of the game. Dickey shut down the Yankees, and the Twins have added one in the fourth and now one here in the sixth, and they're right back in this game.
Span has good speed at first. He has stolen 9 bases, been caught twice. That's a broken bat roller right back to Andy Pettit. This should do it here in the sixth. To throw the first in time, but the Minnesota Twins pick up a run. Well, now it's time for a word from our friends at the Fox Business Network. Office supplies. WB Mason. Ooh, but. New pitcher for the Minnesota Twins as we go to the Yankees half of the sixth inning. It's going to be bottom third of the order for the Yankees. Cabrera, Pena, and Cervelli. And here's a Toyota text poll, and the question was, who is the best 3-4 hitting combination in the American League? And here is the answer for this evening. Here's who you picked. It was Mauer or Morneau, Teixeira or Rodriguez, Evan Longoria and Carlos Pena, Nick Markakis, Aubrey Huff, and Josh Hamilton and Hank Blaylock. Some pretty good hitters, but you can see Mark Teixeira and Alex Rodriguez. I think it helped that they both did homer tonight, and they get 75% of the text poll voting. Luis Ayala coming in out of the Twins bullpen. The Twins signed him as a free agent. Last year he pitched for both the Washington Nationals and the New York Mets. As Melky Cabrera steps up and then fakes a bunt, and it looked like he was going to swing away. There's the scoreboard. 6-4 Yankees leading. We're in the bottom of the sixth inning. Melky single, scored and drove in a run in the first inning. Also grounded out. Takes a pitch for a called strike. Ayala's look like all arm as we look at what he's done this year for Minnesota. This will be his 16th appearance. 10 strikeouts in 16 innings with 23 hits allowed. Melky hits a bouncer through the hole and into right field for a base hit. So a multiple hit game for Melky Cabrera, and he's on with a leadoff single in the sixth inning.
It's amazing what confidence does for a hitter, Singing. You know, last year we saw Melky struggle getting on base, swinging at some bad pitches. This year, just a completely different looking player. Very confident at the plate.
You know, I wonder if the competition with Brett Gardner had something to do with it. And, you know, there was no guarantee he was going to make the club if Gardner beat him out. So they both played well in spring training, both made the team. They're kind of pushing each other. Pena swings, hits one in the air to right field. Coming on is the right fielder, Kadire, and he can't make the catch. The ball breaks off his glove, and it's going to be a single for Ramiro Pena. And the Yankees have the first two men on here in the sixth inning. Sounded like a broken bat job for Pena.
Yeah, it looks like he gets it off the end of the bat, and you can see Kadire's trying to come, and that ball's just leaking oil and just cannot get there. You can see he's trying to catch up in a hurry. He kind of got a little flat-footed at first with the full swing off the end of the bat, and then he charges hard, and the ball's just not going to get there.
If nothing else, he keeps the ball in front of him, and That only allows Cabrera to get the second.
A little closer than I thought. Good effort. That's what it feels like when you hit it off the end of the bat with a full hack.
Yeah, but he's down at first base, so get over that quickly. He got a base hit out of it. The Twins are playing for the bunt. Yankees had 3 sacrifice bunts yesterday. Cervelli squares, gets the ball down. It's a good bunt. Creedy up with it. Only one play. Throws to Harris covering, and the runners move up. So Cervelli, who had been 2 for 2, now lays down a sacrifice, gets the job done, moves the runners along.
Well, this is why you butt the ball to third base. First and second situation, make the third baseman field the ball, and then the runners can just waltz on over. Creedy's got no choice but to go to first base. Textbook. You butt it hard, make the third baseman field it. Cervelli with some enthusiasm right there. How about that? Little youth and enthusiasm, and that's infectious.
He's shown that since his first day in the big leagues. He was called up. That set it up for Derek Jeter. Jeter has a couple of hits and also wrapped into a double play. The Twins are bringing the infield in. Pitch to Jeter is a call strike. We talked about the Yankees tacking on here. Ron Gardenhire brings the infield in, trying to choke off a Yankee rally here in the 6th inning. Jeter swings and rolls it foul, and it looked like Melky Cabrera was off on contact. The Yankees, I mentioned yesterday, had 3 sack bunts for the first time since May 1st of 1996. And in that game, it was Joe Girardi, Andy Fox, and Derek Jeter who had to sacrifice bunts. Jeter here, not looking for a sac, but maybe a sac fly. Pitches on the way, and it's called strike 3 over the outside corner. John Hirschbeck rings him up, and now there are 2 down.
We'll go pitch by pitch. Sinker running back to the outside corner, comes back in. Jeter pounds it down and in. There's a little slider. Looked like it was just right off the plate. Late break.
That's more than right off the plate.
Well, this is the way you let him know. As Jeter walks by Hirschbeck, you don't show him up. It's a veteran guy, but he let him know he did not like that call without showing him up, and then back to the dugout.
Here's Damon. 1 for 2 of the walk. Twins can now drop the infield back with 2 outs.
This is what you do if you're a veteran hitter. You let John Hirschbeck know without the crowd knowing or seeing you. Just a couple little words. Wow. Hirschbeck knows Jeter wasn't pleased with it, but at the same time, that's the way you do it.
I don't think I'd have been that calm about it. This ball is hit well down the right field line, but it's curving foul.
Sometimes you even see umpires kind of jump the gun a little bit. You know, that was a late breaking slider. It looked like it was heading towards the outside corner, and almost like he maybe punched it too quick.
Here's my point. You're up there trying to drive in runs. This is a critical time of the game. Everybody's supposed to be on their game. You, the hitter, the pitcher, and the guy calling balls and strikes. Damon's up there with an 0-2 count. Let's go back to yesterday, and this was the game winner here at the stadium. Solo shot for Johnny Damon. 3rd consecutive walk-off hit for the Yankees. Well, after the last 2 games, that home plate area must be 10 feet lower than it was on Thursday. All that jumping up and down. The other night when Melky got the hit, the celebration was around the infield. Pitch to Damon's outside for a ball, 1-2.
You know, I've been on the other side of those, Siggy. When you throw a pitch and then you walk off the mound, well, that's a lonely feeling if you're the pitcher in that situation. It's almost like you don't know what to do. You got to walk back to the clubhouse. Game over.
strike 3 call. As Ayala rallies after giving up 2 singles and a sacrifice bunt. He strikes out Derek Jeter looking, and now Johnny Damon looking. The Yankees do not score. It's on to the 7th. Top of the 7th inning, 6-4. The Yankees lead. The Yankees missed an opportunity in the bottom half of the inning, and now they're going to have to face Mauer, Morneau, and Creedy for the Twins here in the 7th. Andy Pennett's still in there, but the Yankee bullpen is busy. The first pitch to Mauer misses for ball 1. Mauer's hit the ball hard 3 times. He's singled, drove in a run in the first inning and scored. Flied deep to left in the 3rd, and then flied deep to right center. Ball was hauled in by Melky Cabrera in the 5th inning. And he takes a strike, 1-1.
Well, the Yankees with a missed opportunity to tack on some runs, and we've said before, Minnesota's hanging around. As you see Edmundo Ramirez warming up, they've been picking away. It's a big inning. Andy Pettitt's going to have to create his own momentum here and get out of this inning with this lineup.
That is low, and it's 2 balls and a strike to Joe Mauer, all-star catcher. Hit on the ground to second for Cano. And the first man is out here in the 7th inning. Hey, fans, celebrate the inaugural season of Yankee Stadium on Wednesday, May 20th with a long-time Yankee Stadium tradition. That's Cap Night. First 18,000 fans in attendance will receive a Yankees cap courtesy of Canon. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com. Visit Yankee Stadium ticket windows. The Yankee Clubhouse shops are called Ticketmaster at 877-469-9849. Cap Night. One out. Here's Morneau, and he takes a breaking ball for a call strike. Morneau is 3 for 3. Good numbers across the board for the Twins first baseman. Ball is hit hard. He's now 4 for 4 as this ball gets into the corner. Swishers up with it. Morneau racing for second. The throw is not in time, and he's got his second double of the night, and he now has 11 on the season. Some kind of hitters, 3 and 4 in the Twins lineup.
Well, one thing we've seen from Morneau is he just doesn't give an inch on the inner half. You can see that ball is almost in off the plate, and you never see him give an inch. He just pulls his hands in and drills another double down the line. And we saw him swinging at Mariano Rivera's cutter. Almost hitting him yesterday. And you can see where this pitch is right here. I mean, that's right down here. That's how far that ball's inside. And look how close he brings his hands in to get to that inside pitch. That guy is tough. He doesn't give an inch on inside pitches. You almost have to throw it at him to get off the plate.
It's amazing that he keeps it fair. You know, that ball that far in, usually you pull it foul. 9 for 15 in this series with 3 home runs and 4 runs batted in. 4 for 4 tonight. Creedy's 0 for 3, and he takes a pitch high for a ball. It's 2 balls and no strikes. And Cervelli's going to go out to talk to Andy Pettitte. And there are 2 pitchers warming up in the Yankee bullpen now. While we have a moment, if you're traveling and outside the Yankees' home territory, you can always catch the game on your computer with MLB.tv, the ultimate baseball experience, featuring 100 out-of-market games per week. That's live on your computer, as well as those you missed on demand. For more details, visit Yankees.com, where baseball is always on. 2-0 pitch to Creedy, and he swings and misses strike 1. That is Jose Veras, who has joined Edouard Ramirez.
It looks like a lounge out there where the relievers sit. Huh? See, that's pretty nice. That's a nice bully.
You didn't spend much time in the bullpen, did you?
Early in my career, a little bit.
Ball is rolled foul, and it's 2-2. You know, I played 15 years in the big leagues and never sat in a bullpen.
You hit a few out there.
Yeah, well, that was my job, but I just never was out there for a minute of any game.
70-30, 100 pitches, 70 strikes. Tried to throw a ball at Baltimore, no, he wouldn't let him.
2-2 on Creedy. Yankees up by 2. Swing and a miss. Looked like a changeup. Got him. 3rd strikeout for Andy Pettitte in the game. And it's a big one.
It's exactly what it is. Joe Creedy's thinking about pulling. You can see he tries to reach out, way out in front. The quality changeup from Andy. He hasn't thrown a lot of them tonight, but he's thrown enough. If you've got confidence to use it to finish a guy like Joe Creedy, that shows you how he's feeling about his changeup. And that's a good sign for Andy to be able to mix that pitch in to right-handed batters.
Now he's got the lefty, Jason Kubel, who is 0 for 3, has struck out twice. And takes a pitch downstairs for ball 1. Kubel takes outside, ball 2. Andy Pettitte's gone deep in the ball games. He's thrown 100 or more pitches in each of his last 6 starts. Behind the count on Jason Kubel, 2 balls and no strikes. That is high, ball 3, 3-0. He's got Michael Kadire on deck. And he walks him on 4 pitches. That is the first walk charged to Andy Pettitte tonight. And it's got Joe Girardi up on the top step. And here he comes. With the right-handed hitting Kadire coming to the plate, who is homer tonight against Andy Pettitte. Joe Girardi's going play to percentages and go for a right-handed pitcher. And it looks like it's going to be Jose Veras coming in to try to get the final out here at the top of the 7th inning, and a good hand for Andy Pettitte as he departs. And we'll be right back with much more from Yankee Stadium with 2 outs in the 7th and 2 men on for the Twins. Hey fans, for all the highlights from this series against the Twins, don't miss the Emmy Award-winning WB Mason postgame. Bob Lorenz is back in the studio to recap this series and look around the majors. Plus, Kim Jones has the quotes from the clubhouse. It's a WB Mason postgame only on Yes. Jose Veras facing Michael Kadire with the tying runs on base and 2 outs here in the 7th inning, and his first pitch misses for ball 1. Veras has had 3 straight scoreless outings, and all of them were just 1/3 of an inning. The hits are even, but the Yankees lead by 2 runs. That pitch misses inside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, Andy Pettitte really grinded it out. As you see, Jose Veras' numbers on the season: 16 games, 6 3/4 ERA.
Ken Singleton and David Cohn closing out this 4-game series against the Minnesota Twins. The Yankees have won the first 3 and lead this one by a score 6-4. That pitch misses, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. Veras comes in and can't find home plate.
See, Andy Pettitte picked a bad time for his first walk of the night. That really got him out of the game. He had a real solid chance to get through 7 right there, and now it's on Jose Veras.
And that pitch is poured in there for a strike, so it's 3-1.
But a solid outing. Great control from Andy tonight. You see that look, boy, you know your game's in the balance right here as a starting pitcher. Kind of second guessing himself right there. How did I walk that lefty? I know exactly what he's thinking, because I'd be thinking the same thing.
After he retired him 3 times. And that is outside for ball 4, and the bases are loaded. One of the key stats for a reliever is the first batter faced out of the bullpen. And Dave Island's going to come to talk to Veras. You got Carlos Gomez coming to the plate. Veras, 19 times now, the first man has reached against him 13 of the 19 times. So that's not a good ratio.
And that visit right there, Singy, that was not a mechanical visit. You're flying open your shoulder. That was a let's go. Challenge somebody, get the ball over the plate with your stuff. Mid-90s fastball. Go after this guy.
Well, here is Gomez, who Andy Pettitte was not able to retire. He hit him with a pitch, and he had a couple of singles. Bases are full of Twins. First pitch is hit in the air to center field, and it looks like Veras, and the Yankees are going to get out of it here in the 7th. Melky Cabrera has it. 3 runners are stranded. It's time for the 7th inning stretch, but before we get there, we're going to stay right here at the stadium and listen to Kate Smith's version of God Bless America. Thanks, Bob. Well, the Blue Jays recovered after the Yankees left Toronto. The Yankees won 2 out of 3, including the last 2 of the series. And then they sweep the White Sox 4 in a row. Right here, following the 7th inning stretch. A-Rod's not finished yet, but it's 6-4 Yankees as Mark Teixeira is going to lead it off here in the 7th inning. Teixeira's 1 for 3. The one was a 3-run home run, his 9th home run of the year in the 1st inning. And here is Luis Ayala dealing, and first pitch is in there for a strike or in the bottom of the 7th.
You know, Singy, I know with respect to Toronto, as you see, Teixeira's got that 1 for 3 and that big 3-run home run.
Swing and a miss. Look at an off-speed pitch.
You know, the thing about Toronto is even though it's early and yeah, lots of things can change, but they're 13 games over 500 now. You know, and that just, the longer you stay up there, the more you get a little more confident. And obviously, you know, I know it's way early, but that team's feeling pretty good about itself right now.
His ball's hit well to right field. This is no doubt about it. This one is gone. A home run for Mark Teixeira, who is now homered from both sides of the plate. And it's 7-4 Yankees. Wow, that was touched off. His 10th home run of the season, which ties him with Johnny Damon for the team lead.
Well, I thought for a minute here, Singy, you should see him get a fastball right down the middle. But this has had a chance to get to the upper deck. I mean, it was high, and it kind of rained right down before it hits the upper deck. It's got a shot, I thought. Deep into the second deck, though.
Here's Alex Rodriguez. Takes a pitch for his strike. A-Rod is homered himself. Here's another look.
Off the bat, you know he got it. The sound's there. The swing was there. He gets such good extension.
He's got 32 hits on the season, and 17 of them are extra base hits. A-Rod takes high for a ball, and it's 1-1. A-Rod is homered. Then lined out to first and was called out on strikes. Second multi-home run game of the season for Mark Teixeira. And they're asking him what pitch it was. Kevin Long, the hitting coach, fastball. That pitch is inside to A-Rod, and it's 2 balls and a strike.
Well, that's the thing about Teixeira. As you see, what you're going to see is just that full extension, both arms. He does that so well. That's how he generates his power. He's got a strong lower half and great extension with his arms through the ball.
Just thought I heard an announcement. His 23rd multi-home run game of his career. Seventh time in his career he's homered from both sides of the plate. Pitch to A-Rod is inside. The count has gone full at 3-2.
What's that feel like, Singy, when you do that?
I don't know. I can't tell you. I didn't do it.
You didn't homer from both sides of the plate in one game?
Not in the game. No.
Wow. I would have lost on that trivia bet.
Yeah, you know what? I began to wonder how come it never happened. Just it never did. That pitch is just inside the A-Rod, and he draws a walk. Second time this year that Teixeira has done that. Homered from both sides of the plate. Left-hander up in the bullpen is Craig Brislow for the Twins.
So all your multi-home run games are from the same side?
Same side, yeah.
I know you got a boatload of those.
Yeah, I don't know. Enough to keep it interesting, I guess.
More than a few.
Here's Swisher, who's 0 for 3 and hits one in the air to right field. Kadyr's got it measured. And A-Rod's going to get back to first base. There's one out. So Swisher is now 0 for 4 tonight. That brings up Cano, who's 2 for 3. And has jumped his average back over the 300 mark. He started tonight at 296. Hey fans, tonight throughout the Yankee season on Yes, we're allowing you to vote along with your Yankee announcers for the Chevy Player of the Game. All you have to do is text your vote to 58772. And tonight's candidates are Mark Teixeira, Alex Rodriguez, Melky Cabrera, or Justin Morneau. And before Ayala can throw another pitch, Rob Gardenhire is coming out to make a change here. He wants the lefty to face Robinson Cano. And that'll do it for Ayala. We gave up a homer and a walk this inning, along with the fly out by Swisher. So we'll be back with Breslow as the
that was going in the upper deck for a minute.
Well, we're back at the stadium, and it's time for the Land Rover drive of the game. We're going to go all the way back to the first inning for this one.
And here he comes. Mark Teixeira gets a changeup down and out over the plate, right through. And once again, great extension through the ball. After falling down 2-0 in the top of the first, Mark Teixeira just answers the bell and gets the Yankees right back on top.
The Yankees would go on to add 3 more runs in the first inning and take a 6-2 lead. As we stand here in the 7th inning, they lead 7-4 over Minnesota with a man on. Craig Breslow coming out of the bullpen to face Robinson Cano.
Like Johnny Damon still had a little whipped cream in his hair from yesterday.
Here's the numbers on the season for Breslow, who is a young man who was born in New Haven, Connecticut. Still lives in the state of Connecticut, Trumbull. Twins claimed them off waivers from the Cleveland Indians. And the first pitch is a low fastball there. Cano liked it. Pulled it foul. Strike one.
Those lefties, you keep getting chances, you know. Breslow, he's with the Padres in 05 and the Red Sox in 06. Cleveland last year, as you said, Singy. Minnesota picked him up in 08.
Cano hits this as well to center field. Going to chase Gomez back, but just before the warning track, he turns to make the catch for out number 2 as Alex Rodriguez will head back to first. So Cano is now 2 for 4 tonight, flying out twice to center. But in his first 2 at bats, he doubled and singled. And that'll leave it up to Melky Cabrera for the Yankees here in the bottom of the 7th. Melky's had himself a good night. Singled a drive and a run. He also scored a run in the first inning. Grounded to short and had a base hit. 2 for 3. His average to 320. Change up, and he's well out in front. Strike one. 74 miles an hour.
Well, good one. Good arm action. Breslow had a good year for the Twins last year. 42 games. Had a 1.63 ERA. 24 hits in 38 2/3 innings.
Mentioned he's from Connecticut. He actually graduated from Yale University. He should be able to figure out how to get out of this. 0-2 on Melky Cabrera. And he misses a ball and 2 strikes.
But he's had some brick oven pizza up there in New Haven, saying it's some of the best.
Yeah, I've been
Sally
up
and Pepe's,
yeah.
oh, white clam pizza. New Haven, ooh, oh, I love that pizza up there.
Pitches low, gets away from Maurer, but no advance by Alex Rodriguez. In fact, New Haven is such a popular spot. At one time, it had a railroad named New Haven Railroad named after it. A-Rod holding up the fingers for Robbie Thompson, the third base coach. Let him know he's well aware of what's going on. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Melky takes high, ball 3, and A-Rod will be off and running. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. He'll be on the move. The Yankees have added an insurance run here in the 7th inning. Mark Teixeira with his 2nd home run of the game. A long, high drive to the 2nd deck in right field. There goes A-Rod. The changeup is swung on and missed, strike 3. I mentioned Teixeira's homer. You're going to get a look at it right here. Well off into the night in right field. Yankees lead 7-4. It's on to the 8th inning. The Yankees have gone to the bullpen. You can see the totals on the night thus far: 7 runs, 13 hits, no errors for the Yankees, and 4 runs, 12 hits, and no errors for the Minnesota Twins. The city that never sleeps. Sort of like David Cohn's hangout. Here's Edouard Ramirez. 14 games, 4.86 ERA. Too many walks, 14 walks in 16 2/3 innings. He's facing Nick Punto here, and the pitch is outside for a ball. And it's a ball and a strike on Punto. Then it'll be back to the top of the order. Bernard Span and Brendan Harris for the Twins here in the 8th inning. Punto 1 for 3. That's outside, and it's 2 balls and a strike.
see the play this kid made yesterday, sliding almost 20 feet?
You know, I saw a highlight on that today. It was a very nice play over by the Twins dugout, wasn't it?
Yes.
Here's the call strike, 2-2. Good defender. You can use him at anywhere in the infield, at second, short, or third. He's settled in as a Twin shortstop. And a 2-2 pitch, and it's fouled back. Here's what David was talking about. This is yesterday.
There you go. A little visit to the water park here. We're going to go sliding right across the water park. That's at least 15 feet. Good slide. Heck of a play.
You know, it looked like he wasn't quite sure of where he was, so he went to the slide. Inside, the count is now full, 3-2. Another player who's been in a ball game. Remember, you used to bring your little league uniform home and all dirty, and your mom said you had a heck of an afternoon. Mom was always there to wash it for you, clean it up. 3-2 pitch, and Punto fouls it back. I know we just had Mother's Day. That's just another thing to be thankful for when you're a kid.
My mom used to keep score. Not only wash the uniform, she'd sit in the stands and keep score, and she'd be screaming at me, saying, "Throw strikes!"
Just like your managers.
It's like some of the fans here at Yankee Stadium this year.
3-2 pitch, and Punto fouls it back, and the count holds it full at 3-2. It goes to show you that, you know, even at the big league level, the game really never changes. The whole idea is get the ball over the plate. Tough crowd when your mom's yelling at you.
She was. So embarrassing. But she was right. She still is.
Here's the 3-2 pitch again, and Punto fouls another one off. The count holds at 3-2. Edward Ramirez trying to put away the leadoff hitter here in the 8th inning. And Punto's putting up a fight.
The 10th pitch. This at bat. About to be thrown. Well, you got some room to move in this stadium, don't you, Sangy?
Three-two pitch again, and Punto puts it in play. This time to center field, and Melky Cabrera's got it, and there's one out. Well, the play of the game is brought to you, or the plays of the game brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance.
The Yankees are picking on left fielder Bernard Span, as you see Mark Teixeira with the wingspan. And once again, you tried Robbie Cano with the little shuttle pass. And okay, just for good measure, the Yankees go spanning the globe. 3 straight plays. Hang with them.
Well, Span did it. He did add a base hit in the 6th inning, so he's 1 for 4. And he actually drove in a run in the 6th. Span is actually from Tampa, Florida, so he's from the Yankee spring training home. And he takes a pitch inside from Ramirez for ball 1. And it seems every time the Twins come up from Fort Myers, which is a pretty good haul, he makes the trip to Tampa. Squares the bunt, but takes the pitch low for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Yankees with a 3-run lead. We're in the 8th inning. Andy Pettitte would stand to be the winner if the Yankees could hold on here. He would run his record to 4-1 on the year, and 9-5 in his career against Minnesota. Span takes, and that's a call strike. The Yankee bullpen trying to nail it down for Andy Pettitte and get the Yankees their 6th straight win. That would push them to 4 games over 500 for the first time this year. Span takes again, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The whole idea is to build, to get the 5 games over, then get the 10 games over, 15, 20. You start getting around 20, 25 games over, you can start to think about the playoffs. Of course, it's a long time between now and then. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Span lifts one in the air to right field. It's hit pretty well. Swisher going back. He's near the auxiliary scoreboard, and this one is gone. A home run. And it's now a 7-5 game. That ball made it into the first or second row. And Span homers with 1 out here in the 8th inning. And after being robbed 3 times by the Yankee infielders, he goes where the infielders never go.
It's a changeup from Ramirez, his best pitch, but he leaves it down and in, and it just kind of speeds up Span's bat. You can see. Sometimes you're sitting fastball, you get the changeup, you swing, and your bat head just gets out in front and hits at the right spot, right over that auxiliary scoreboard. Just enough to get over. Looks like almost off the top of the wall and then into the second row.
For Span, his 2nd home run of the year. And it now makes it a 2-run ball game. And in a little while here, you're going to get to the heart of the Twins batting order. Phil Koch, the lone left-hander in the Yankee bullpen, is warming up.
You see Mariano Rivera back there. He's also getting a little loose, preparing himself.
Koch warming up in a hurry. You got Joe Mauer on deck. First pitch to Harris is in there for a call strike. Harris with a 2-for-4 night is now up to 300 on the season. Broken bat roller to the right of Derek Jeter. He sets, throws, and that's out number 2. Looked like Jeter slipped a little bit before he set himself, and sometimes that can result in a wild throw, but he got everything under control that made the play.
Yeah, Jeter goes over and ranges and catches a spike on the grass there. His right cleat kind of slides, but plants, throws, aims it a little higher. Easily done.
Well, they make it look easy, but when you start sliding around, it's not all that easy to play the make. Ramirez stays in the ball game with the left-handed hitter Mauer coming up, and I think that's the reason being because Mauer is not the tying run.
You're right, Singy. You see Jeter, that's a good way to kind of tweak a growing muscle when you catch your spike on the grass like that.
Mauer takes low and inside, ball 1. The Twins catcher is 1-for-4. There's Phil Koch. Overhead look. It looks like was that slider or sinker? Big Mike Harkey, bullpen coach, standing right next to him. Mauer takes ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. There's the man you want to see next inning. Ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Joe Girardi with encouragement for his pitcher, the right-hander Edouard Ramirez. Right in there for a strike. It's 3-1. Yankees 7, Twins 5. Twins led the first inning. We're top of the first. The Yankees have led ever since. But the Twins have been inching closer as we get towards the latter stages of this game. Ball 4. He walked him. And that will bring the tying run to the plate. It's also going to bring Joe Girardi out of the dugout. And he's going to go for the left-hander Phil Koch. The face Justin Morneau. So Koch will be coming in out of the bullpen, and he's going to face the dangerous Justin Morneau, who represents the tying run. We'll be back in just a moment. Center Stage, hosted by Michael Kay. The singer-songwriter looks back on his career, including his early days growing up in New York and meeting Joe DiMaggio. Center Stage, Paul Simon premieres Wednesday night at 11, only on Yes.
Phil Koch on the season, 17 games, 1-2, 460, 15 and 2/3 innings, 13 hits, 5 and 11 walks to strikeouts.
And now he's going to face Justin Morneau, who is already 4 for 4 in this game with 2 doubles and a couple of singles, and the first pitch is high and away for ball 1. Now these two matched up on Saturday, and Morneau got the best of that matchup with a home run. Morneau representing the tying run. Half swing and a miss, and it's a ball and a strike.
Morneau's been so quick on the inner half of the plate that we've seen all series long. He got Koch on Saturday, as Singy mentioned, on a slider, kind of middle away.
Swing and a miss, another half swing, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Koch's got outside corner on his mind. Now the fans here getting on their feet, trying to cheer on the left-hander, Phil Koch. Just off the plate, and it's 2-2. Trying to get him to chase it.
You can see Cervelli sets up nice, and that ball, boy, he almost good frame job. Catches it in the heel of his glove, trying to limit the movement on the mitt.
Here is the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. He got him. So Phil Koch comes in and does the job. Strikes out the red-hot Justin Morneau, and who is representing the tying run at the plate. It's on to the bottom of the 8th. Wednesday night on Yes, the Yankees take on the Orioles in the second game of their series in the Bronx. Coverage starts at 6 with batting practice today in the Tri-State Ford pregame. Then Michael Kay and I have the call. Orioles-Yankees Wednesday night starting at 6, only on Yes. Miro Pena takes a strike. Tomorrow's opening game of that series is on my night at 7 o'clock. 7-5 Yankees, bottom of the 8th inning. Miro Pena, Francisco Cervelli, and then Derek Jeter. Pena is 1 for 3. He's hitting 5 straight games. Tried to bunt his way on, and the count is 0-2.
Tell you what, Singy, my Geico plays of the game are out there in the truck. Kevin Small and John Moore. How about those shots we've seen tonight?
But you know, for them, that's just,
doing their job?
It's a normal game. They're just great all the time. The ball's in the dirt, 1-2, and our camera crew here doesn't miss a thing.
Just incredible shots tonight. Manhattan skyline all over, around the stadium, overhead shots.
All you have to do is ask Jack Williams. He's right next to us. Great crew, right, Jack? Am I right? Jack says yes. A ball and 2 strikes on Pena. Mariano Rivera. Mo's been busy lately. 3 innings over the past 2 days. That pitch is way upstairs. It's 2-2. And he's thrown 44 pitches. Pena trying to get something started for the Yankees here today. Tack on a few more runs, give them some insurance. They lead by 2. Swings and fouls it off from Breslow. Now remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mike Harkey, standing sentry in the Yankee bullpen. Jesse Crane, hard throwing right-hander. Tonight's home run hitters for the Yankees. Teixeira with a couple, A-Rod with a solo shot.
You get a whole different look at Teixeira's face nowadays. You know what a difference a week, the last 10 days have made.
You know, before A-Rod came back, he was getting a lot of junk, a lot of slow curveballs, off-speed pitches. Well, now you can't afford to goof around with those. You might walk him, and then you got A-Rod coming up with a man on. So he's getting a few more fastballs, although he did hit a changeup out tonight, and then he hit a fastball out. Just the whole dynamic of the lineup changes. Pena fouls another one off. Becoming quite pesky in this at-bat. This is the 9th pitch coming up, and he's the leadoff hitter. You know, if you're out there on the mound, but can't put the first guy away. What's going to happen when the other guys come up? I might be a little tired. Bouncing ball towards short for Punto, who bobbles the ball. And Pena will be safe. That will be an E6. And for the Twins, that breaks their string. They had played 11 straight errorless games. But that's out the window now. As Punto does not come up with this one. And picks up his 3rd error of the season. Twins had only made 13 errors this year. So we'll have a new pitcher as Francisco Cervelli will come to the plate. Yankees leading 7-5. Jesse Crane coming on. Award-winning W.B. Mason postgame. Bob Lorenz is back in the studio to recap this series and look around the majors. Plus, Kim Jones has the quotes from the clubhouse. It's the W.B. Mason postgame only on Yes. Yankees have the leadoff man on. That's Ramiro Pena. Jesse Crain out of the bullpen for the 15th time for the Minnesota Twins. He's got Francisco Cervelli. Let's see how Joe Girardi wants to play this. Throw the first to check on Pena. Cervelli tonight is already dropped down to sacrifice bunt. Now he's had a couple of base hits. Look at that batting average. 375.
He's aggressive. He's shown us he can hit a fastball. He knows what he can handle. He's got a quick bat.
Squares around the bunt, gets it down, but in foul territory. Pena's going to have to come back to first. That sacrifice bunt for Cervelli was his second of the season.
Completely opposite situation as his last one. With runners on first and second, you wanted to make the third baseman field the ball. This is just the opposite with Morneau holding the runner. Creedy's got a free run, so you definitely want to bunt the ball towards the first base line here because of Morneau having to hold the runner on.
Squares the bunt. He gets it towards first. It's going to be the pitcher Crain up with it and a flip to Harris for the out, and the sacrifice is successful. Second one for Cervelli. This time it goes 1-4. Tell you what, whoever taught this guy how to bunt in the minor leagues did a good job. Setting up yet the possibility of another Yankee run. Here's the technique.
Well, this is it. I mean, this is what you're supposed to do. Is you get the angle of the bat up. You don't let it drop. You stay on top of that ball. Just soft hands, catch it. Get the angle towards the first baseman. Textbook.
You notice also he did not wrap his right hand around the bat. You hold it in between your thumb and your forefinger. Here's Derek Jeter. Jeter had 2 hits in the first inning, then grounded into a double play and struck out. Swings and misses at the first pitch, strike one. Pena has 1 steal this year, and I'm thinking it was a steal to third base. And you know what? He's getting a pretty wide berth from the Twins infielders here out at second base, if he thinks about it. Jeter takes inside for a ball, and it's 1-1. I've been informed by Ryan Rucco that it was a steal of second. Maybe it's my wishful thinking that he would think about stealing third here. He can get a pretty good lead. Pitch to Jeter, tried to check a swing and went around too far, and it's a ball at 2 strikes.
We've seen Crain. He throws pretty hard, and he's got a good overhand curveball. And you see Jeter just cannot hold up.
Jeter got his 2 hits in the first inning. But now finds himself down in the count, a ball and 2 strikes with a runner at second. Backs him up a bit. The count goes to 2-2.
Generally speaking, 1 pitch leads to the next. Certainly got him set up now. That looked like a setup to go back to that overhand curveball and see if he can get Jeter to chase once more.
It's all about territory up there at the plate, isn't it?
It just looked like that was a setup pitch. The high inside fastball. Jeter has already swung at 1 curveball in the dirt. See Crain kind of shaking off Mauer there.
There's the curve, but it hangs a little high, and the count has run full at 3-2. Yankees tonight 3 for 7 with runners in scoring position. But there's a number that's been improving over these last few ball games for the Yankee offense. For a while there, it didn't look like they could get anybody home with runners in scoring position, but things have been heating up in that direction.
See, Crane wanted to get that curveball down again. He couldn't do it. See if he's going to back it up and try to do it again.
Here's a 3-2 pitch, and he does come with a breaking ball. It's a bouncer back to the mound. He looks to Pena, but Pena's well on his way to third as Jeter's out number 2. So Pena's at third with 2 outs, and it'll bring up Johnny Damon. Damon is 1 for 3. Single in the first inning, came around to score. He was on base when Teixeira homered. Grounded out to the pitcher, walked, and struck out.
Wow, 324 and 10 home runs.
We're not quite a quarter of the way through the season. Drop a nice 40 on the board this year. Broken bat pop-up, and it's going to be Joe Mauer who makes the catch. That pitch almost hit Damon, and he swung at it. So the Yankees are going to leave a runner at third, and it's on to the 9th inning. The Yankees holding a 2-run lead, trying to go for the 4-game sweep. Well, it's time to announce the Chevy Player of the Game as voted on by you, the fans, and tonight's announcers team. Who is it, David?
Well, indeed, it is Mark Teixeira in the first inning. Change-up, 3-run bomb. Once again from the other side of the plate, left-handed. I thought this was going to go to the upper deck. It rains down, catches the second deck. Home runs both sides of the dish for Teixeira tonight.
We had mentioned how Mariano Rivera has thrown a lot of pitches in the last 3 days, or make that 2 days. And Phil Koch stays in there to try and pick up a save. It would be his first of his career. He's facing Joe Creedy here and falls behind. 2 balls and no strikes. Yankees up by 2. Creedy's 0 for 4. There's a call strike, and it's 2-1.
You see Mo sitting out there. Been a workhorse lately. You're going to try to let this kid get his first career save.
Fouled off the chest protector, Cervelli. The Yankees have 7 saves on the year, and Mariano has all of them.
Well, Phil Koch has excelled at not letting runners score. You know, he's only 17 for 19 in inherited runners this year. But this is a little different animal. Pitching in the 9th inning. You got a 2-run lead.
I think they say the closer you get to the ninth inning, the harder it is to get those last 3 outs. And that's why they say you have a closer's mentality. You want to be the guy out there to close out the ball game and preserve the win. 2-2 pitch. And it's high and away, and it's ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Joe Girardi giving his main man, Mariano Rivera, the night off. Left-handed hitting Jason Kubel is on deck. 3-2 pitch is pop foul and out of play. It's over the Yankee dugout and into the seats. Off the end of the bat, and this one's out of play. That might have been ball 4. Really thought it was too close to take.
This is a situation, the old school mentality. When I was on the mound with the Mets, Keith Hernandez would be screaming at me, you know, this guy can't beat you.
Another pitch fouled off. So keep pumping strike after strike.
Meaning that even if he hits a home run, you still have a 1-run lead. But if you walk this guy, the next guy can beat you and tie the game.
So far, Koch has been up to the task. Strike after strike. Here's the 3-2 pitch again. And it's fouled back once again off the screen. He's got Creedy in a swinging mode right now. This will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat coming up to Joe Creedy. And it's low for ball 4. He walked him. So the tying run will come to the plate, and it'll be Jason Kubel.
You give Creedy credit there. I mean, it was a heck of an at-bat. He fought off a lot of pitches. Phil Koch threw a lot of fastballs in there and finally missed down low. Creedy's going to get pitch run for him.
It's going to be Matt Tolbert who'll take over at first base. Creedy draws the leadoff walk. Infield at double play depth. And Kubel takes a call strike. Kubel is 0 for 3 with a walk. Call strike 2. Koch jumps ahead on the count.
Koch's got a good fastball. You can see this is probably above the belt a little bit. Hirschbeck gets the call. He throws about 93, 94.
Way ahead on the count. Kubel fouled it back. It's upstairs again in the strike zone.
Tried to run him up the ladder. Probably would like to go a little higher on an 0-2 pitch, but nonetheless, you've changed his eye level. Now you got him set up to go slider and see if he'll chase and expand the zone if you wish.
Good block, but the runner's going to be on the move. The throw to second is not in time. Good base running by Tolbert to recognize that he had a chance to make it down to second on the wild pitch.
See, he does go slider off of the plate. Cervelli smothers it, finds it, gets rid of the mask, and a little sidearm fling. Shows you that, boy, when you're young and your arm's strong, you can do that sort of thing. Made it a lot closer than it was going to be. Or it looked like it was going to be, rather.
So Tolbert's down at second. That kind of erases the ground ball double play. And it's a 1-2 count on Kubel. Breaking ball here on the ground to the right side. Teixeira closes the hole. Flips to Koch for the out. And there's one down. Tolbert moves over to third. Nice play by Mark Teixeira. He's been doing this all season long.
Well, yeah, he has shown excellent range. And really a quick pop back up, too.
Did Coke catch that cleanly?
See Teixeira pop back up.
Did he catch it barehanded? It looked like it.
Yeah, he almost trapped it. Just got a bare hand trap on the heel of the glove.
Here's Michael Kadire, who is homered in 3 trips. He's also drawn a walk. Bouncing ball. Cano has it. A run's going to score and make it a 7-6 game. But Kadire is the second out of the inning, and the Twins are down to their last out. So the leadoff walk does come in to score. So with 2 outs, a 7-6 ball game, and Carlos Gomez will come to the plate. Hit by a pitch, singled twice, stole the base and scored in the 6th inning, and also flied out to center field. Coke deals, and it's low and away for ball 1. The Yankees scored 6 in the first. His pitch is low, ball 2. They added 1 in the 7th on a home run by Teixeira. That is their 7 runs. Twins had 2 in the first, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 8th, and 1 more here in the 9th. That's their 6 runs. There's a call strike, and it's 2-1.
It's just real easy in this situation to kind of speed up your rhythm. Your heart rate's going a little faster.
Ball is fouled off, and the Twins are down to their last strike.
A nice comeback by Phil Coke after falling down 2-0.
Coke looking for his first career save, and only Carlos Gomez stands in the way. Now he's ready. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball is pulled foul down the third base side. You saw Ramiro Pena guarding the line. Count is now full at 3-2.
That's just straight adrenaline right there. Trying to add on a little fastball. Got a little quick with his delivery. Missing up and away. Make an adjustment as you see Redmond stepping out on deck.
Mike Redmond. 3-2 pitch. Outside ball 4. And the Twins have the tying run on. And Gomez has a world of speed. Joe Girardi's going to come out to the mound. Mo is not warming up. In fact, there is nothing happening in the Yankee bullpen at this moment. And they're trying to get somebody busy and warmed up in a hurry. Mike Redmond's going to hit for Nick Punto.
Looks like it's going to be Brett Tomko. And that's probably situation to where if this ball game gets tied, Tomko's the guy you put in because he's capable of going multiple innings. As of now, this is still Phil Coke's chance to get his way out of this, and it's just straight adrenaline. You could see he got back to 2 strikes, and he tried to add a little bit, got a little quick with his delivery, and missed up and away twice in a row for the walk. Now you got to regroup with Mike Redmond here.
Redmond, who's a catcher by trade, back up to Joe Mauer. He's pinch hitting. He's only had 1 pinch hit at bat this season, and he's 0 for 1. But he gets a chance to try and extend it for the Twins here with Gomez at first and 2 outs in the 9th inning. Gomez has great speed. And Coke is going to check on it. Redmond has had 51 at bats as a pinch hitter. You can see his average of 196. Pinch hitting is not easy. hold by Koch, and now delivers to the plate. It's high and away, ball one.
Talk about speed on the base pass being a distraction for the pitcher. It is. It bothered me, and it's bothering Phil Koch right now. You can see he's worried about holding Gomez close.
All that and trying to pick up his first career save. He tossed that in there as well. You know, he's well aware of the situation. Trying to push a Yankee winning streak to 6. Redmond takes it. It's ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. You got a left-handed hitter, Denard Span, on deck. I don't think he would bring Tomko in to face Denard Span, who got 2 hits tonight, including a home run. Redmond takes a call strike, and it's 2-1.
There you go. Deep breath.
Back on track.
Cervelli getting the high strike call, probably right just above the belt.
Redmond, a veteran. Outside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Koch having trouble nailing down the final out. And now Cervelli and Pena are going to come over and talk to him. Three youngsters on the mound for the Yankees. You usually used to see it Mariano, Posada, or Jeter.
Wow. Talk about a coming of age.
Yeah, exactly. Morneau's had himself a good night with 4 hits. He looks on. 3 balls and a strike on Mike Redmond. Hitting for Nick Punto. Call, strike 2. And the count is full. Gomez will be off and running here. Teixeira's not going to hold him on. He drops behind him. Fans on their feet here at the stadium. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and it's fouled back. Gomez had rounded second. He'll head back to first.
A heck of a play by that young man with his glove right there on that foul ball. Look at that. What a thrill.
Just for January, isn't it?
That's my boy.
The runner goes. The 3-2 pitch is fouled off again by Redmond. Here's the play that David's talking about.
Oh, right in front of Pops, too. Cut him off. Nice play.
Here's the third 3-2 pitch, and it's a little bouncy to the right side for Cano. This will do it. Throws on to first, and the Yankees hold on. Phil Koch gets his first major league save. Congratulations from Mark Teixeira. Mariano Rivera, well, he can enjoy a night off as the Yankees have now won 6 consecutive ball games as they hold on against the Minnesota Twins.